Kimberly, Wisconsin, the site for tonight's Fox Valley Association game between the visiting Appleton North Lightning and the host Kimberly Papermakers. A beautiful, perfect evening here in September. And we're hoping to see a classic again between these two storied programs, again, Appleton North and Kimberly. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson. Handling the camera duties is Jim Rosandick, and we're all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. And in addition, Brett, somewhere, parts unknown, we have Ken the Official, who will chime in periodically if we have any sort of officiating questions and whatnot. But, Brett, this is the one that's always circled on our calendar. I know you reserve our place here at either Kimberly or Appleton North months, half years in advance in preparation for this, Brett, because this is a big one. Every year, these two teams, arguably the two top teams in our area.
Yeah, I reserved this game 8 years ago.
Here you go.
Ryan McGinnis, no. This is one of the games of the night in the state, right? This, and along with Mukwonago and Muskego, that's another big one in the southeast part of the state. Both games featuring teams ranked in the top 10. You got in this one Kimberly 4th, Appleton North 9th. You got a long winning streak in the series by Kimberly right now, 10 straight, but there are folks here that think maybe this is the year that the Lightning finally can crack the code and get a big victory over their longtime rivals. We'll see. Ricardo, when I look at these two teams and study the stats and look at the scores and read the recaps and all that good stuff, very similar, especially offensively. You got quarterbacks that are well-versed, have started for a long time, and Matthew Scheckelman in Appleton North, Caden Pendleton with Kimberly. You got two really good running backs, including one of the top backs in the state, and Cal Martini with Appleton North. But don't forget about Colin Oberman and that crew with the Papermakers, and then receivers on both sides. Owen Polakowski, Cam Winnick on Kimberly's side. You got the same thing with Alex Herron and that group, but with Appleton North. So teams that can beat you multiple ways offensively. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball. You're going to see very balanced attacks from both sides. Which defense is going to be the tougher of the two tonight? That's what it's going to come down to, and turnovers as always. Can't wait to see how this one plays out. Yeah,
again, here at Papermaker Stadium in Kimberly. I'll start off with some notes on Kimberly. These notes put together by, of course, every week, Brett Christopherson. Kimberly comes in 3-0 overall, 1-0 in the FEA. Papermakers ranked 4th in the large division in this week's Associated Press State poll, 3rd in Division 1 in this week's WisSport.net coaches poll, and they're coming off a 35-14 win over Oshkosh North last Friday in an FEA opener at Titan Stadium. In Oshkosh, a pair of fourth-quarter touchdowns sealed the victory for Kimberly. Quarterback Caden Pendleton hit Cam Winnick from 41 yards out to give Kimberly a 28-14 lead. Colin Oberman, he added a 5-yard touchdown run to cap the scoring. Now Oberman, he rushed for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. His other touchdown was a 38-yard run in the second quarter. He finished with 17 carries. Pendleton also finished with a pair of rushing touchdowns. He scored on runs of 1 and 4 yards. He ended up with 57 yards rushing on 4 run-ins. For the passing game, Pendleton threw for 147 yards and connected on 8 of 16 attempts. Winnick and Owen Polakowski, they're one of the top receiving tandems in the state. They finished with 3 catches apiece. Winnick wound up with 63 yards, Polakowski with 54, and defensively, Ethan Doucette was a tackling machine as he recorded 18 total stops, including 13 solo. Now on the season, to get back to Pendleton, he's thrown for 485 yards and 5 touchdowns while completing 59% of his passes. His 485 passing yards ranked 2nd in the FBA. And Oberman is Kimberly's top rusher with 340 yards. That ranks 2nd in the conference and 4 touchdowns on 43 carries. He's averaging just a shade under 8 yards a carry and 113.3 yards per game. Now Blake Berry is next with 154 yards. He's completely capable. We saw him a little bit last year as well. He's also a good running back, and he has 4 touchdowns on 26 carries. Now Winnick and Polakowski, Winnick has 13 receptions for 199 yards and a score, while Polakowski has 11 catches for 165 yards and 3 scores. Winnick's 199 receiving yards, by the way, that's 3rd in the FBA. Now we talked about Doucette. He had the 18 tackles last week. He also happens to be Kimberly's leading tackler with 28 total stops. He also has a sack. And Kimberly's averaging on offense just a shade under 162 yards a game. And they're also averaging 198.7 yards rushing. Defensively, they're allowing 142.3 yards passing and 55 yards rushing. Overall, Kimberly is averaging 38 points per game and allowing 7.7. Brett, that's 55 yards rushing they're averaging. That's going to get a heck of a test tonight as you talk about Cal Martini shortly. Now, Kimberly's next game, they're against Appleton East next Friday in an FBA matchup. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. What can you tell me about the visiting Lightning, Brett?
Yeah, Appleton North, Ricardo, 2-1 overall, 1-0 in the Fox Valley Association. The Lightning are ranked 9th in the large division in this week's Associated Press State poll, 6th in Division I in this week's WithSports.net coaches poll. They're coming off a 27-7 victory over Kaukauna last Friday in their Fox Valley Association opener over at Paul Engen Field in Appleton. Quarterback Matthew Scheckelman, he was on target all night long, throwing for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns on 12 of 17 passing. He had TD tosses of 68 yards to Cal Martini and 10 yards to Alex Heron. Scheckelman, Ricardo, a Northern Iowa recruit, as you know, also scored on a 10-yard run with 2:17 to play in the first quarter for a 14-0 Appleton North lead. The Lightning special teams also punched one in on Brock Som's 45-yard punt return for a score early in the third quarter. That turned a 14-7 North lead into a 21-7 advantage and perhaps gave the Lightning some momentum they were able to use throughout that second half. Martini, one of the top running backs in the state. He led the way in rushing with 114 yards on 23 carries. Scheckelman added 92 yards on the ground and 16 attempts. Overall, the Lightning finished with 204 yards rushing. Heron was credited with 6 receptions for 70 yards, and Martini kind of showing that dual threat as well, a guy that can pound it, and also he's got good hands out of the backfield. He finished with 2 catches for 74 yards. Ethan Hansen and West King posted sacks to pace the Lightning defense. On the season, Scheckelman has thrown the clock is good. It's just weird on the scoreboard right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're doing some technical fixes here.
Okay, scared
folks.
me a little bit.
Nope, on the season, Scheckelman has thrown for 339 yards and 4 touchdowns while completing 60% of his passes. Martini is North's top rusher with 431 yards. That leads the Fox Valley Association. And 5 touchdowns on 57 attempts. He's averaging 7.6 yards per carry.
Might I add, Martini had a 95-yard touchdown against Preble called back as well. I watched it. He ran about 160 yards zigzagging across the field, Brett. Just one of the more remarkable runs I've seen.
Yeah, there was a 56-6 Lightning win that
it was.
week. In week 2, I believe that was. But anyway, Martini averaging 7.6 yards per carry and 143.7 yards per game. Scheckelman is next. Here's a kid that can run it too at quarterback. 219 yards rushing and 3 scores on 31 rushes. Heron leads the Lightning receivers with 13 catches for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Brock Arndt, he leads the way with 22 total stops and an interception. Ben Frantel is next with 15 total tackles and a fumble recovery. Appleton North is averaging 113 yards per game passing, 262 rushing. They're allowing 240.7 yards per game passing and just 41 yards rushing, Ricardo. Overall, the Lightning, looking at points, averaging 38 points per game and allowing just 16. And up next for the Lightning, they're home against Neenah next Friday. That's a Fox Valley Association matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Yeah, that scoreboard, they don't have it the clock running right now. So.
Okay, all right. I was just double checking because I accidentally hit it.
Oh, I take that back. We might need Rosie here to kind of fix that scoreboard. Yeah, so the clock is off on our.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. Sorry about that, folks. Whoops. Yeah, I'll just have Rosie get over here.
So we'll get that. Well, it's not showing up on the screen yet, our scoreboard. It hasn't been published yet. But when we look at the preview, yeah, Ricardo, you did a number on it.
I did something.
I know. Rosie is saying bad things about you right now.
Yeah, I hit it. I hit it like the Fonz on the jukebox.
Because he had it perfectly set. But, hey, it's great to be here. I got to thank Ryan McGinnis, the athletic director here. Always fun to be at Kimberly. We're actually on the campus of J.R. Garrett's middle school. The high school is just down the road a little bit north of here, so you can see it in the distance. But love coming here, and a beautiful night. Finally, some good weather after 2 weeks of bad weather. Remember, 2 weeks ago we did the Hortonville West of Pier game, and that was suspended late in the first half, and we weren't able to finish the series. Nobody was able to finish any games that night.
Well,
and then last week was a rainy night down at Neenah.
Now, I don't want to jinx us, but we're expecting a nice weather night too next Friday night.
Yes, it's supposed to be beautiful weather. So I told that to Rosie. We're in shorts now for the duration. We're going through week 9 at least before we start to bundle up.
Oh, I hope so, yeah.
But it's been a beautiful fall here in Northeast
Sorry, Rosie,
Wisconsin,
I apologize. I hit it with my Gatorade bottle.
Rosie, you'll be here at least 4 more times. I guarantee
I'm
it.
sure I'll accidentally hit it again.
Big night tonight, Hall of Fame night tonight. We'll talk about that. So they have an extended halftime. Some familiar names to Kimberly fans getting inducted tonight. Ricardo, I know you know one of them in particular. He's coaching boys basketball up in Freedom.
Okay.
I should check that. The Kimberly High School is east of here, not north of here. But always good to be here and can't wait for this one. This is going to be a fun game. Two of the top teams in the state. Should be a heck of a battle. It always is between these two teams. We'll talk more about the game in a moment, but first, our national anthem.
Well, that was a Kimberly band doing a nice rendition of our national anthem here at Papermaker Stadium. Brett, I think I have a few minutes here to get the starting lineups actually read. By the way, Ken, the official, says our setup looks good.
Ken is parts unknown, right? So
parts unknown.
We're not allowed to disclose his location.
Right. I don't want anyone hunting him down. But here you go, starting offense for Appleton North. You talked about Sheckelman at quarterback, Cal Martini at running back, and then at receiver, Alex Haran, Owen Hager, Jack Robinson, Caden Pop. And at tight end, Damian Borland. Offensive linemen, Tanner Thompson, Ethan Hansen, Will Schrader, Bryce Carroll, and Wes King. The kicker is Caden Pop. On defense, King plays both ways there. Wes King we're talking about. Well, Will Schrader, Ethan Hansen, Nathan Schopp. Those are the defensive linemen. Ben Isom, Brock Arndt, Stone Hulke, Ben Frentel, that's the linebacker, and the defensive back, Trent Mullen, Brecken Murphy, Brock Salm, and Jack Budiak. Again, those are the defensive backs at punter. They've gone with two, Ben Isom and Alex Haran, so we might see either one of those kids tonight. Kimberly offense, Caden Pendleton at quarterback, Colin Oberman at running back, Isaac Decan, I should say, at fullback, wide receiver Owen Polakowski and Cam Wennick, offensive line and tight end, Zach Bichelle, Evan Verbumen, Blake Loker, Ben Youngworth, Tyler Veith, and Abe Coronado. Kicker is Cam Zabel. On defense, Sean Barant, Michael Padgett, and Michael Delevote. Those are the defensive linemen. At linebacker, Paul Carmen, Ethan Doucette, Brady Fulser. And at defensive back, Josh Frazier, Jack Statz, Ty Lawton, Jackson Wilds, and Brennan Budiak. The punter, Ethan Kreider, and that is the starting lineups for both Appleton North and Kimberly. And Brett, it looks like Kimberly will be receiving.
Yeah, I see Trent
I'm
Mullen.
sorry, Appleton North will be receiving.
Yep, Trent Mullen, number 21, and Matthew Reichel, number 35, back to receive this opening kick.
Always a great atmosphere here at Kimberly High School. I should say Papermaker Stadium.
On the campus of J.R. Garrett's middle school,
Yes,
right? The old Kimberly High School. Anybody familiar with this area? And week 4 already.
Brett, we're already more than a third of the way through the regular season.
I usually break it down in thirds, so second third of the season coming up, and before you know it, it will be week 9, and we'll be looking at those playoff brackets and all that good stuff. But first things first, week 4, number 4, Kimberly, number 9, Appleton North, and waiting for Zeebel's kick. There it is, and we are underway. And Mullen with the return for Appleton North. He's got a seam, and finally brought down. That was number 2, Brennan Budiak, bringing Mullen down, but it looked like he had a nice opening. I thought he was going to squirt through and maybe take that one back.
I think it's important for Appleton North to start fast, Brett. You know, they've had some tough games against Kimberly of late. Their roster is talented. There's no doubt about it. They took Franklin to the end. I mean, basically, they lost that game. They had that game won, Brett, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we'll talk about that as the game goes on, maybe in the early stages, but that was a huge week 1 matchup. Franklin, the top-ranked team in Division 1 right now, is nothing much for Cal Martini, but look at him push that pile. Big old number 44. Seems like he's been there forever. Martini, a 6'1", 228-pound senior running back, and he's a load to bring down. Actually, what looked like it was going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage ends up being close to a 5-yard gain.
That was just all legs from Martini on that one, Brett.
Second down, ball at the Appleton North 42-yard line. Another one who has been there. You see him right there, the quarterback, number 12, Matthew Scheckelman. Seems like he's been there 8 years. And Martini again.
Falling forward.
Yep. Yeah, you mentioned, Ricardo, Appleton North losing top-ranked Franklin in week 1, 35-31, but in that game, North led 31-14, and Franklin rallied with 3 fourth-quarter scores to pull out the victory, including a last-second score, a near last-second score. Third down as Scheckelman, he's on the run, looking for his receiver. Was that knocked away?
It was.
Looks like that might have been number 20. Ty Lawton, this junior defensive back, getting his hands on that. So a 3 and out, and a good job by that Kimberly defense to get off the field as quickly as possible.
Robert, I know that the loss to Franklin really kind of left a bitter taste in the mouths of Rob Salm, the coaching staff, and the players. They really felt that they were going to make a statement right away in week 1 and take down top-ranked Franklin.
Yeah, and
if anything, that shows that North, when it plays its game and plays well, they can contend with anyone in the state.
And they took out their frustrations in week 2 against Preble.
Yes.
That was a 56-6 game that you were at up at Preble. Kind of feel bad for the Hornets in that one. High punt underneath. I think that's Jackson Wiles. Nice tackle by 21. Trent Mullen there making a nice special teams play to bring down Wiles on that punt return.
Yeah, against Preble, Brett. North led 35-0 after a quarter.
Running clock?
Running clock by the second half. But they had 45 points at the end of the first. I want to say at least 35.
Yeah, that final touchdown that Franklin, we'll talk about that here in a second, but that's some really good teams out in the southeast part of the state this year, aren't there, with Franklin being number 1. Muskego, the 40-game winning streak now. Number 2 in the state. Mukwonago's down there. Again, Muskego and Mukwonago, a game we're going to want to check out. Look at this big run right out of the chute. That's number 8, Colin Oberman, the senior running back, going towards that right side. And there was some nice blocking and didn't hesitate. Saw it and took off, and a nice big gain, about 8 yards for Oberman. Oberman.
Appleton North's defense has played much better of late. Had the big win over Kaukauna last week, Brett, holding the Ghosts offense to just 7 points.
Yeah, and we saw Kaukauna really light up at Schwaben in week 1. We were impressed with Kaukauna. And it looks like an early timeout for Steve Jones and that Kimberly offense. But getting back to that Franklin-Appleton North game, as I said, Franklin rallied from a 31-14 deficit with 3 fourth-quarter scores. That final touchdown came with just 4 seconds remaining as quarterback Miles Burkett hooked up with Jacquez Brooks from 35 yards out. Now, Burkett, of course, is committed to the University of Wisconsin. Sensational prospect. Threw for 368 yards and 5 touchdowns in that win. So That shows you how close Appleton North was to really making a statement in week 1. And we know it all the time with these two programs. It's week 4. These two teams are going to look different come week 9 in playoffs. They're going to be better. They're going to be really tough outs come playoff time, and would not surprise me in the least if these two teams meet kind of in that level 3, maybe even a state semifinal round. We'll see. Bayport up the road is off to a nice start too. You know they're going to be heard from, and same with Fond du Lac. They're looking good again as well. Pendleton got all day. He's going to swing it.
Oh, that was a tough pass, but complete.
Cam Winnick. I thought that was almost knocked down, but he got it to Winnick in first down. But boy, Pendleton had all day long to throw.
Yeah, Isom was right there, Brett. Close to getting a hand on that.
1st and 10 for Kimberly. Ball at the 44-yard line. Of course, Winnick's brother Connor Winnick, Air Force, playing football at Air Force. Wonder if he's watching tonight. That's in what, Colorado Springs, right?
That sounds about right.
Or somewhere over there. Yeah, a little pop pass to Oberman. Boy, he's got showing some wheels.
Another 8-yard gain.
Good tempo, good pace for Kimberly, and right now getting at least early stages of this one. The big boys up front getting a nice push off that snap. Ball in Appleton North territory, 2nd and 2, 48-yard line.
Yeah, along that offensive line and defensive line, Wes King, one of our Elite 11 players, is playing both ways.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you with that Elite 11, but I'll talk about that here in a little bit. So start getting defensive.
Pendleton.
He's going to go downfield. He's got Polakowski, and that is going to go into the end zone. "48 yards. Oh, and Polakowski, how about that? Getting behind the defense, and Pendleton put it right on the spot.
Yeah, 8:27 left in the first quarter, and we have our first score with Polakowski's long touchdown catch. Going to update my Twitter on that one. You can follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Zebo bangs it through. And some early fireworks here for Kimberly. Can't script much of a better start than that, Ricardo. How about that?
Get the 3 and out on defense, and then the touchdown.
Polakowski and Winnick, what a duo that is in the passing game as receivers. And Polakowski showing his wheels, getting behind the defense. And again, good protection for Pendleton, and drops it right in the breadbasket. Hey, I want to thank our sponsors. First, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customer needs. Family owned for 20 years. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery services available. Contact them today, 920-731-0922, or shoot them an email at Cooney, COONEYS0922 at sbcglobal.net. Also, the Community First Fox Cities Marathon. There's still time to join the fun for the 30th running of the marathon presented by Myron Construction. That's coming up September 17th through the 19th. There's a safe race for every pace. Register today for the half marathon, relay marathon, 10K, 5K, or the kids events, or join the celebration as a volunteer. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details. And Mullen has it from the 4. And it looks like that's coming back. Mullen showing some good speed in that kick return unit, Ricardo, but it looks like a penalty is going to bring this one back. So a long field coming up for Appleton North. But boy, a great start for Kimberly. 3 and out, and then, I don't know, how many plays was that drive?
4 plays.
4 plays. Capped by the 48-yard score.
Yeah, 4 plays, 72 yards.
Pendleton to Oberman.
You knew that was going to be a penalty. You heard the crowd just kind of like, oh.
Well, they were calling for it. You got the Kimberly fans in front of us. See what Appleton North can do to respond to that quick strike.
Personal foul. So where are they putting that, BC?
Well, let's see where they spot this. Official walking it back. Looks like inside the 15. As the officials trying to get things squared away.
Well, it's inside the 20. It looks like it's going to be right on the 15.
I think it looks like it's going to be right at the 15, looking where they set up the chains. Still have, they have not put the ball down, though.
Officials being paid by the hour, apparently.
Easy now, Ricardo.
I say that knowing full well that Ken the official.
He's probably texting you right now. Those fingers working feverishly to send you a scathing text to say back off. So that, okay, now they're going to looks like back to the 10. So they had to kind of get things straight away. Going to reset the chain. So 1st and 10 at the 10 for Appleton North. Now that we got that all squared away. So big personal foul penalty negates a nice return by Mullen.
Now, of course, the last thing you want to see if you're Appleton North is another 3 and out.
Martini has it. Boy. Look at him escape. Looked like he, again, was going to be brought down and get some positive yards. Big, strong runner, but don't be fooled because he's got some speed once he gets out in the open. Guy that can take it all the way.
3 carries, 12 yards early on for Martini.
Shuckman, a little handoff. That's number 10 for Appleton North. That's Alex Herron, the senior, wide out. And Kimberly waiting for that one. Big 3rd down, Ricardo.
It is. Sheckelman needs to get this offense going there for Appleton North.
Little toss to Martini. He's plowing forward, but he's going to be well shy of that. And look at this Kimberly defense. 2 straight 3 and outs now. And should get really good field position for an offense that started out red hot. Jackson Wild setting up inside the Appleton North side of the 50. I'm just looking up there about the 48-yard line. And again, he's a kid that has done this role well. Nice punt, though. Look at this.
Beautiful punt.
And going to take a beautiful bounce. Well done. And flipping field position there a little bit. That was critical. And Wild's doing the smart thing by just getting away from it and letting his offense go to work.
Yeah,
Ball's going to be at the 31.
Appleton North needed a good play, and that was one of them. And if you're looking at it's about a 53-yard punt, Brett. Now it's up on North's defense. You fall behind 14-0 here. You know, this is a game of emotion and momentum, and that's a big hole to climb out if they get down by another touchdown, Brett.
Especially in a big rivalry game, 2 programs familiar with each other. Well, 4 plays is all it took the Kimberly Papermakers offense the first time it was on the field. Let's see if this Appleton North defense can respond and produce a 3 and out as well. As Oberman, again, great blocking up front, kind of wiggling his way to about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
They mark it, it appears at the 37. That's a 6-yard gain, so 3 carries, 22 yards already for Oberman.
And Ricardo seeing something on that right side of the offensive line. So far in the early stages, focusing on what would be the left side of the Appleton North defense. So 2nd and short coming up for Kimberly. Kind of spreading it out here, is waiting for the snap is Caden Pendleton. And Oberman again. Oh, look at this hole. On to the Appleton North side of the field, inside the 40, near the 35-yard line. Going to mark it at the 37, but again, some good seams for Oberman, whose vision is fantastic so far tonight. And really hitting those holes hard, Ricardo. Again, no hesitation.
Yeah, 26-yard run, 48 yards on 4 carries early on for Oberman.
No dancing, no nothing. He's just hitting it, sees it. There's an opening, and he's attacking. And again, great speed and some good blocking up front. Oberman off to a nice start in that rush game. Pendleton high snap, gets it to Oberman again. Does a good job of covering up that football, and good surges, chunk plays on those first downs. I know it's early, but I'd be curious to see what they're averaging on these first downs, because look at this, 2nd and manageable inside the 30-yard line down to the 29.
Yeah, runs of 8 and 6 yards and 8 yards against, so on first down. It's about 7.5 yards a play on first down. My UW Milwaukee math.
Well done.
Thank you.
Done. It has served you well. 2nd and short for this Kimberly offense. Pendleton waiting for the snap again, and he's going to sling it. He's got time. Downfield, he's got Polakowski, but a little too far. Good coverage there. 3rd down coming up. This is going to be 4-down territory.
I would assume so, yes.
3rd and 2, ball at the 29-yard line. On Hall of Fame night here at Papermaker Stadium. You can see the north end zone. They got the big tent set up. Looking forward to the halftime ceremony and seeing some of the greats that have played and coached here over the years for the Papermakers. See 21 in the backfield, Blake Berry, a junior running back for Kimberly. And Barry, he's got it, looking towards the left, and he's got a seam. Good blocking again, and that's a big first down for the Papermakers, but there is a flag on the play, and I think that might be coming back. And holding is the call against the Papermakers. You know, I mentioned in some of those big guys up front in the early stages, Ricardo for Kimberly, the offensive lineman, doing a good job, but you can't. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the junior fullback / tight end, Isaac Decken, junior, 5'10", 214 pounds, doing a lot of that dirty work. And you know, Steve Jones, and when he does this offense, he gives those guys a little love from time to time. All of a sudden, you'll see Decken or his tight ends wide open, catching that defense napping. Instead, a big run by Barry is negated on the hold, and it's 3rd and long, 3rd and I guess officially 13. Ball at the 40-yard line. As Pendleton, watch out. Oh, he eluded it. Nice job, and slings it over to Winnick. 4th down, and that's a good job by Pendleton to see the pressure coming, or at least feel it, steps away from it, and finds Winnick. And now you got a 4th and manageable.
Yeah, it'll be a 4th and 6. So 7-yard gain there on that pass play.
4th and 6 for the Makers.
So 4th and 6 is what they're calling it. Ball at the 33-yard line for Kimberly. 3 receivers on this side of the formation. Let's see what Pendleton wants to do. Is he's going to roll to his left, fire it downfield. Nice throw, nice catch, and that's Polakowski. And just like that, he's got some weapons to use, and he's using all of them so far tonight. Polakowski and Winnick, as I said, 2 of the top That might be the top receiving tandem in
It'd
the
be hard
in the
to find
state.
another pair better than those two. Yeah.
Sensational receivers. And Polakowski coming across, waiting for that ball, and again, a dart by Pendleton. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, 4th and 6 situation, Brett, they pick up 18.
Typically a holding call is what stalls a drive, but Kimberly saying no sweat. Pendleton waiting for it. He's going to keep it. Ducks his head and dives forward for a couple. Kimberly leads the all-time series 18-10. And the last time these two teams played was this past spring when the Papermakers earned a 45-14 victory at Appleton North. That game was played, of course, in April. A Week 5 matchup as part of the Fox Valley Classic Football Conference.
Will
Hopefully,
never be heard from again.
Let's hope not, right? Pendleton threw for 5 touchdowns, 292 yards on 12 of 15 passing, to pace a Kimberly offense that night that finished with 438 yards. Caleb Frazier, remember him? He's now at Northern Iowa, 113 yards rushing for the Papermakers. That's going to be a false start. I think they got Deckett maybe leaning a little bit. Owen Polakowski, he was credited with 4 catches for 127 yards and 2 TDs. Cal Martini, he rushed for 115 yards and a touchdown for the Lightning. Kimberly finishing its spring season 6-1. Appleton North 5-2. The alternate fall season played in the spring only a few months ago. It was kind of fun in a sense to do some spring football, but I don't want to do it ever again because that means things aren't normal.
Well, that too. It just felt odd. I mean, it was cool to see football in the spring, but this feels natural.
Yeah, it was reversed. It was getting lighter as the night was getting longer. Now we have nightfall here coming at Papermaker Stadium as Pendleton waiting for the snap. Oh, bobbles it and steps up, going to the end zone and overshot Polakowski there. So 3rd down coming up for Kimberly.
I'll tell you what, if Appleton North is able to hold them to a field goal attempt, that's a win for them. Because the last thing, again, to go down by 2 touchdowns, it's easier to swallow if it's down 10 instead of down 14.
Would agree with you there, but I wonder if Steve Jones would go for it on 4th down. We'll see.
Well, he has a good kicker with Zabel, so it's.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, it's 3rd and, 13, ball at the 18-yard line, so we'll see. We'll see what kind of yards this Kimberly offense can pick up here, but you get a 4th and manageable. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. Pendleton has it. Looking downfield, looking over. Polakowski kind of on in a little slant, and he is near the goal line. I think he's just stopped shy. But again, beautiful timing route, looking for that slant. Leads Polakowski perfectly. Again, another nice throw by Pendleton. Steps into it, ball's at the 1. Polakowski doing a good job getting inside of that defender too and really giving Pendleton a nice target. Polakowski, a 6'3", 192-pound senior. Very good basketball player as well.
Obviously. Helped them get to the state championship game last March.
Blake Berry in the backfield next to Pendleton, and Berry has it and trying to get into the end zone, and I think he might have been stopped shy. Good job by that North defense. Keeping number 21 out. Yeah, Polakowski, he recently committed to St. Leo University, where he's going to play college basketball under Coach Lance Randall. Remember him?
St. Leo.
Of course, Lance Randall led Oshkosh West to a pair of WIAA Division I state titles back in 06 and 07. St. Leo's is a Division II school in St. Leo, Florida. Where is St. Leo, Florida? You know Florida well, don't you?
I do know Florida. Isn't that in St. Petersburg?
Boy, ball like inside the 1-yard line. High snap, and Berry looking for. No, he is not. Good job by that North defense, stopping him again. Leo Fisher, number 20, one of the first ones there. Senior defensive back, 5'11", 173 pounds, and keeping Berry out. In fact, calling it a 2-yard loss, so 3rd and goal coming up. This would be a big win for the North defense.
I would think it would have also a little bit of a momentum effect on Kimberly if they're not able to get in to the end zone.
Another decision for Steve Jones. This ball, where it is this deep, once you
absolutely
kind of be,
4 downs,
yeah. See what happens here. A 3rd and goal from the 2. Whole bunch of guys line up. Watch out! Bad snap! And look at this. Pendleton falls on it. Now you're going to have to bring out your field goal unit. Wow. So credit that North defense. 2 goal line stands on rushes. And then the botched snap. And look at this. Ball's going to be marked at the 16-yard line. So Zeebel's out for the field goal attempt. Looks like it's going to be a 33-yard attempt for the senior kicker. He's got a great leg. Everything's looking good. Zeebel and crushes it. So 33-yard kick. But as we said before, that's a win for that Appleton North defense. Still a 2-score game, but 10-0, a little bit better than 14-zip for sure.
Going to update Twitter. That's you can find me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Bretzy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
That's 8 seconds to go in this first quarter. Just updating our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. 10-0, Kimberly with the lead. We just saw Cam Zeebel with the 33-yard field goal, and Kimberly got on the board with 8:27 to go in this first quarter on a 48-yard connection from Caden Pendleton to Owen Polakowski. But Ricardo, boy, Pendleton finding Polakowski. He stopped shy of the goal line, and then 2 rushes stood up. And then the snap snafu, and Kimberly settling for a field goal.
Yeah, that was a 13-play drive, Brett, that ended with the field goal.
Don't often see a Kimberly offense stopped when it's 1st and goal at the 1, but credit Appleton North. Maybe that will be kind of the momentum, the spark to kind of turn this around. It's been all Kimberly here in the first quarter. Appleton North has had the ball just twice in this quarter, and both have been 3 and outs. As Mullen reversing course. And again, what a dangerous kickoff returner with 1 second to go. So 1 more play to run for Appleton North, but feels almost like Mullen is close to breaking him.
Yeah, Mullen had a big interception return for a touchdown against Preble too, Brett. So he's a playmaker.
Thanks to everybody watching tonight on postcrescent.com, actually streaming all throughout the I-41 corridor, as we say. Green Bay Press-Gazette, Oshkosh Northwestern, Fond du Lac Reporter. A lot of interest, of course, in this game in those markets. Also those Facebook pages and our USA Today Network, Wisconsin YouTube channel. Deep shot downfield. Sheckelman, yep.
And he had him.
I think that was Caden Pope.
That's got to be frustrating because he beat his receiver, or his defender. But 10-0 after the end of the first quarter, Brett. That's your score.
Please direct your attention to the scoreboard.
Well, as we shift sides, gives me an opportunity to plug ourselves. We've got a great deal right now, folks, on a digital subscription to the Post Crescent and actually all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. For the next 6 months, you can get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1. 6 months, $1. That's all it costs. That includes full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day. The e-edition, which is a digital replica of the print edition, that's also included. So please, folks, help play a role, a vital role in supporting local journalism that you and your community can trust. Learn more details and sign up for a digital subscription at postcrescent.com/subscribe. Again, 6 months, $1, and that's every site. That's the Press-Gazette, that's the Northwestern, that's the Fond du Lac Reporter, that's, of course, the Post Crescent. We've actually got some information scrolling on the bottom of our screen as well. Please, right now, folks, are at halftime. Very easy to sign up. 6 months for $1. Ricardo, I can't say it enough.
Forget the Snickers. Just go and get that subscription. 2nd down and 10 from the 31 for Appleton North. Sheckelman.
Yeah, he's looking right, slings it left. Beautiful catch. That's number 19, Caden Pope, junior wideout. Hopefully I'm saying that name. That's usually pronounced Pope. If anybody wants to correct my pronunciation, you can send me a tweet at PCBrettC, B-R-E-T-T.
Brett, that time Sheckelman had time. And you see the arm talent and what he can do when given time.
Yeah, and I like that he looked right, kind of frees that defense a little bit, and then looked left for Pope. As Sheckelman now going to work in the passing game. Again, there's Heron with a first down, and now Sheckelman getting into a little bit of a rhythm.
Ball's going to be marked just inside the 45 at the 44. So 11-yard gain. So back completions of 14 and 11 yards for Sheckelman.
And just like that in Kimberly territory, ball at the 44-yard line. So that's what you want you to do. You got a quarterback who's as talented as Matthew Sheckelman. I believe he's a Northern Iowa recruit as well. He'll be joining Caleb Frazier, the former Kimberly standout running back, next season. And you got a college prospect here at quarterback, a recruit. Use him. He's got the arm and he's got the knowledge. Again, beautiful patience. Looks like that's number 18, Damian Borland, the junior tight end, 6'1", 198 pounds. In that pocket, kind of collapsing a little bit, but Sheckelman, he's not his first rodeo, right? As I say, he's been around a while. It's going to take a little bit more than that to get him rattled. Delivered a nice ball to Borland, so second down coming up. Sheckelman going again. Nice ball. And he's getting hot, Ricardo.
Well, yeah, and that pass he threw before his receiver even looked around.
You're
complete timing. Yeah.
Trusting your receiver, right, to turn around and make sure that he's ready to catch it. Heron, that's a great connection. They've been doing that a few times, too, over the years. Ball inside the 25 at the 24, 1st and 10 for Appleton North.
Yeah, Sheckelman 4 for 4 on this drive, including a pair of 14-yard completions.
I tell you this, you get this passing game going, now all of a sudden loosens up the defense, and then you can start handing it off to 44.
It's
maybe
kind of a bit of a reverse,
yeah.
Right? Usually the run game opens the pass game.
Sheckelman waiting for it, and he's going to keep it right up the gut. And it picks up about 4 yards maybe, second down for the Lightning. Appleton North has qualified for the playoffs in every full season since 04. I'm not counting this alternate spring season as a full season. So that playoff streak continues. Actually, both teams impressive. I got to give you some of these Kimberly numbers of what they've been doing since the 2013 season. It's phenomenal. Unbelievable.
Second down and 7 from the 21 for North. Martini in the backfield.
Going, slinging it downfield. Almost. Pope was the intended receiver, but how about number 4, Jackson Wiles, a senior defensive back, knocking it out, breaking up the pass, doing what you're taught to do, just kind of swat it away. That was a fastball by Sheckelman. I thought Pope had a chance, and he did, but just a good defensive play by Wiles. But you've seen all the weapons on display now for this Appleton North team as well. They've got some guys that can really hurt you in the receiving department. Third down coming up for the Lightning. Sheckelman, he's got time, and almost, boy, a timing pattern, a little out route. That was to Pope, just couldn't corral it.
Yeah, Pope had to catch that. That was a nice play, and I thought Sheckelman did a good job of throwing it where only Pope could catch it.
Fourth down at the 21. What is the decision for Rob Somm? Is he going to bring the field goal unit out?
Oh, it'll be a play.
Yeah, they've got the quarterback. No, they're setting up for the field goal. Looks like Pope is the place kicker as well. So 39 yards for Pope. High snap, good hold though, and it's too low, blocked. And that's going to bounce into the end zone.
So a very promising Appleton North drive comes up empty as Kimberly's defense stiffens and does a great job. And I think Sheckelman had 4 straight completions. But then he followed that with a short run and a couple of incompletions.
So 1st and 10 now, Kimberly on its own 20, a chance to expand on a 10-0 lead.
If anything, the defense got a little bit of a break. So.
Well, I was going to say a silver lining, too. At least offensively, Sheckelman kind of got into a rhythm. Drive stalled, of course, and we're going to get a flag. So a pre-snap penalty coming up. Is that going to be against Appleton North?
By the way, Kaukauna leading Oshkosh North 10-0. That's early in the second.
It's a big week for Kaukauna after losing Appleton North last week. Yeah, Oshkosh North gave Kimberly a pretty good battle last week.
They did for a majority of the game.
And how about Oshkosh West, the game we streamed last week? That was a 3-0 Wildcats win over Neenah. Little pop pass and nowhere to go. Wow, brought down hard as Winnick, and that's a nice, strong tackle by number 25, Jake Budiak, the senior defensive back. But we were both impressed with Oshkosh West and defensively what they were able to do to the Rockets. And Rockets have some tough games now coming up. I know I read your comments from Steve Young, the Neenah coach, and he said, now we got to steal one. We got to steal a game that maybe we're not expected to win. We got to get one back. Always tough to make the playoffs out of the FVA. So good, top to bottom.
With a 2nd and a long 6 for Kimberly.
Little play action to Oberman and intercepted. What great hands by, that's number 52. Ben Isom, the junior linebacker.
Well, he was close to intercepting another pass earlier in the game, Brett. And maybe this is the jump start that North needs. It's going to be in Kimberly territory at the Papermaker 40.
But just good awareness by Isom because he's in coverage. His back is kind of turned to the play, and the last second he sees it. Good hands to catch that one. And the first turnover of the game. Appleton North in business here at the 40-yard line.
And again, this is where that blocked field goal comes into play here, Brett. You know, you force the turnover on defense, and you would be in position to maybe tie it here.
Shuckleman, he's going to run.
He can
big
run.
Block there.
He can run.
He can run down the sideline. And how about big old number 78, the Wes King? That's one of your Elite 11 players. He's one of the team captains. Delivers a nice block to kind of free up Sheckelman there. Of course, King, 6'5", 281 pounds. Showing some good athleticism there out in the open. Ball inside the 25, marked at the 23-yard line.
17-yard gain for Sheckelman.
Yeah, don't forget, like you said, Ricardo, he can run. Yeah, he's obviously ultra dangerous in the passing game, but
he's averaging 7+ yards a carry.
Yeah, he can tuck that ball under his arm and take off. So you got to be definitely aware of his running ability.
Can't let this opportunity go by without points. They need to score here.
Shuckman, he's
plenty
got
of time
all day long, but good coverage downfield, nowhere to run. He's going to kind of fire it and does the right thing. Well, he did have an intended receiver there, and that was Martini, but that might have been one of those where it was time to get rid of it and live for another down.
Good coverage, obviously, on the back end by the Papermakers. I mean, they're doing a great job for the most part against a pretty good core of receivers for Appleton North. Again, ball at the 23 of Kimberly, Appleton North. Trying to shave into that deficit. Sheckelman looking to the sidelines as Martini switches sides.
Sheckelman, watch out. Collapsing pocket, but again, taken off. Runs into his own guy. And finally, a bunch of red jerseys wrapping up Sheckelman, but he's quick. Looked like he was going to be brought down and just eludes the pressure, and he's off and running, but ran into one of his own guys. And third down coming up.
Friendly fire.
So ball inside the 20, going to be marked at the 18. 3rd and 5 coming up for Appleton North. And 4 down territory, you have to think, for the Lightning. But really relying on Sheckelman right now. When's the last time Martini's had a touch?
Not since the first drive.
Offense looking over to the sideline there, trying to get everything all set and organized, waiting for this big 3rd down snap. Sheckelman, he's got it. There's Martini. Boy, nowhere to go. Looking for somewhere to go, but a whole bunch of red jerseys waiting for number 44 and brought down. 4th down coming up for the Lightning. Wow.
That'll be a loss of 1. Takes it back to the 19. Now, if they were to kick a field goal, it would be about a 39-yard field goal, but we do have a penalty.
No, it's 4th down.
Okay.
Ball at the 20-yard line. So 4th and 7 is what it is officially, and the Lightning going to go for it here on 4th down.
There's a timeout, Kimberly.
Papermakers now want to get things reorganized defensively, burning their 2nd timeout of the half. So gives us a chance to take a deep breath here. It's been a fun game. 2 rivals, 4th-ranked Kimberly, 9th-ranked Appleton North. Next week, we're going to be at Bayport. Looking forward to that. It's been a while since we've been up to Bayport High School, but that's next Friday as the Pirates host De Pere in what should be a great Fox River Classic Conference North matchup. The Pirates are undefeated heading into tonight's action. They were actually ranked 7th in Division I this week's SwissSports.net state coaches poll. The Redbirds, a contender to win the FRCC North. They're led by quarterback Gabe Herman. Our live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. And folks, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week prep live streams link.
By the way, Muskego's leading McWanago 7-0 after a quarter of play.
The other game of the night in the state. Looking forward to that Bayport game, Ricardo. De Pere losing to Wausau. How about Wausau West this year?
And one of the surprises in the state.
Yeah, beating DC Everest, Valley Football Association, the Warriors undefeated.
That was Steve Young's old haunting grounds, I think.
4th down and 7. Sheckelman, he's got time looking. Nope, nothing going downfield. He's on the run, slings it. Wide open is Martini. And he's in for the score.
Brett, that was great vision from Sheckelman, scrambling to his right, but also great awareness from Martini, Brett, to get open.
Wow.
Helping his quarterback out.
A 20-yard score. I thought Sheckelman was, he was certainly running out of room along that far sideline, but scramble drill to perfection there, and Sheckelman finds Martini from 20 yards out. And Pope on for the PAT. Heck of a play by Sheckelman and Martini. That ball is good. And a much-needed touchdown for Appleton North. With 6:09 remaining, we look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear and our Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard showing the Papermakers up 10-7 with 6:09 still to play in this quarter. So a good answer and turning turnovers, I should say, into points. And a heck of a battle now underway at Papermaker Stadium. Cam Winnick and number 8, Colin Oberman, back to receive this kick. Winnick's going to have it inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Here he comes, far sideline, looking for some room. Finally brought down past the 20. Good job by the North kick return coverage unit. That'd be kind of a fun story to do sometime, especially at the high school level when a play ends up being off schedule. Scramble drill, while it looks like there's some chaos, I think there's some controlled chaos. There's probably still some rules to follow, some elements to follow.
And, you know, Martini has been the main running back for, 3 years now for Appleton North, and Sheckelman's been the starting quarterback for that long, so they know each other. They know what to do when those situations arise.
It's good awareness by Martini, and a nice throw by Sheckelman because he was sprinting hard towards that far boundary. Delivers a touchdown pass. 10-7 the score. Now let's see how Kimberly responds. And nowhere to go for Blake Berry. Wow, big time defensive stop.
Loss of 1 yard, it looks.
Looked like Ben Frantel, the senior linebacker, and number 78, Wes King. A couple good players there among some other teammates, some other white jerseys getting in to bring Berry down.
So maybe that touchdown put a little pep in the step. One of the North defense, which just had a pretty good last couple of downs so far.
I think what put pep in the defensive step was that goal line stand, and then the interception on the next series. Yes. So 2 big moments for this North defense. Is another high snap, but Berry brought down, I think that was number 91, Caleb Monroe, the senior defensive lineman, 6'4", 217 pounds, and making it a very challenging 3rd and long for this Kimberly offense. 3rd and, I guess officially, 11?
Yeah, you know, we've noticed some high snaps and things like that, Brett. Now remember, Kimberly playing without Sam Klein, who started at center last year for them. We all know, or if you don't know, has leukemia and is not playing this season.
Student section here, Ricardo wearing orange in honor of Sam Klein and awareness for what he's going through. Pendleton high to Winnick, and there's a 3 and out. And the momentum, the field, it's shifted big time to Appleton North.
And North will have good field position here, you'd assume, or somewhat near midfield. So Appleton North looking to build off this momentum. It's switching over to the Lightning side.
23, Brock Somm back to receive this. Now, remember, he had a 45-yard punt return in Appleton North's win over Kaukauna last week, so very dangerous set of returners, Mullen and kicks and Somm and punts. And a good job by the really good punt, and a good job by that Kimberly punt return coverage to bring Somm down. Appleton North will have it, though. Pretty good field position near midfield. 4:22 to go here in this opening half. Beautiful night, beautiful night. Can't complain about the weather one bit,
no.
Ricardo, even though I know you like to complain about it.
I will be in a few weeks, I'm sure. When
No.
getting too cold again.
No, we'll be good all the way through week 9.
1st and 10 near the 50-yard line for Appleton North.
Martini.
Look at him bull his way to midfield.
Boy, they are certainly the defense keen on number 44, not wanting to let Martini break free. Ball right at the 50.
3-yard gain for Martini. Sheckelman. His team trailing by 3. 2nd and 7 situation.
Got time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Downfield. Whoa. Almost. A nice hookup to Pope. Ty Lawton was the defender on that, but again.
That's a big boy throw. It's just a little too high. He had his receiver open.
Boy, some good talent on both sides.
Yes.
And there is, both sides of the ball, but, offensively, you look at these quarterbacks and these receivers, these running backs, the line. Half expect this to end up being kind of a high-scoring game when all's said and done. 3rd and 7 for the Lightning. Big spot here for both the North offense and the Kimberly defense. Let's see what Scheckelman does. Again, he's got time looking left. Again, good coverage downfield. He wants to run it, and he's got the first down, I think. No, he might be shy.
Where are they marking that?
Well, it depends on where they're going to spot the ball. Let's see.
Is that the 44? He'll be a yard short.
Yeah, I think he's a yard shy. And it is going to be 4th down. So what do you do now if you're Rob Somm? That's the thing, your defense does such a good job covering those receivers, but then the quarterback, such a threat in the run, and does a good job here setting up a 4th down call coming up for Appleton North. You like this decision?
I do, actually. And I like that.
Led that offensive line,
yeah.
You just let that offensive line. I think that Scheckelman keeping it, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, so letting that offensive line just plow forward for a couple yards. And a fresh set of downs now for the Lightning.
Scheckelman just taking it upon his shoulders. I think that's good because sometimes when you do the handoff, it's a little bit more of a slow developing play. Well, you can just hit that hole right away by just going for that quarterback dive. 1st down and 10 at the 42. Now North, again, with 3:10 left. They have plenty of time, Brett.
Oh, and 3 timeouts. Swings it over. That's number 17, and that's going to be a nice play here. Finally pushed out of bounds. 17 is Jack Robinson, a sophomore wide receiver. So first time we've called his name and his first touch of the night. So somebody else to think about.
Yeah, I think the junior Damian Borland, the tight end, he did a good job of not committing a penalty there because he was right in the area where he could have committed a block in the back.
One of those where he lifts his hands in the air to show the official.
It's sometimes the things that you don't do that mean the most.
2nd down for Appleton North. Lightning on the move. Scheckelman going deep downfield. Overshot. That's Pope
just
again.
Off a little bit.
They're close.
But I think what's encouraging for Appleton North is their receivers are beating the Kimberly defensive backs.
Wait, look at Pope, Ricardo, just a junior, so even more talent coming up. We just saw Jack Robinson, a sophomore. Keep bringing them through, don't they? 3rd down and 2. Ball at the 34 for the Lightning, at the Kimberly 34.
I like this where Scheckelman's in control, and he's kind of getting some of these first downs with his legs, keeping the defense off balance.
That's Martini time now, and
he
bounces off, going to the left. Watch out, off to the races. He is into the end zone, and that is a 34-yard score for Martini. How about that run?
Very impressive. I thought the line did a pretty good job. I mean, even when he ran into a scrum of players right by the line of scrimmage, he was able to bounce it outside. He has surprising quickness and speed.
He's got some wheels,
He's a big kid, don't get me wrong. But he runs with a bit of a nimbleness you don't expect from a kid his size.
What I liked, what he did there, he didn't try to force the issue when it was plugged up. He said, all right, I see I'm going to bounce it, and I'm going to go outside. There's a space around that edge, and like you said, he's got speed, and he wasn't going to get caught. 34-yard touchdown run, and now North up 4 after that PAT sails through. Boy, how quickly this game changed. Kimberly on the verge of going up 14-0 ball. 1st and goal at the 1, and just could not punch it in. Ended up settling for a 33-yard field goal, made it 10-0, and Appleton North then getting a big interception by Ben Isom, the junior linebacker. They turned that into their first score of the game with 6:09 to go in the second quarter. A 20-yard pass from Scheckelman to Martini, made it 10-7, and now we just saw the Martini run. So Martini with 2 touchdowns, that 34-yarder, 14-10 as we look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. It completely has shifted this game. Crazy how. I'm still going back to that goal line stand. Well, you're going to have to get on that. That's a live ball.
Exactly.
They were expecting it to go into the end zone. And, wow, look at that.
Oh, boy, special teams flub. And,
that's
boy, if you're
Oberman.
Appleton North, you want to completely build off that special teams mistake.
Heck of a kick. He had a great bounce. Didn't scoot into the end zone. Oberman had to rush over, grab it, try to make something out of nothing, and couldn't. And that's going to be marked at the 2.
Uncharacteristic poor decisions by Kimberly players here, Brett. But if you're Appleton North, here is another great shot for your defense to force a 3-and-out, give it back to your offense with potential to be inside the 40-yard line. And Brett, is one-sided. The playlist was to Kimberly in the first. It's the complete opposite in the second quarter.
All North, isn't
Kimberly
it?
only has 7 offensive plays in this quarter.
Well, let's see what Kimberly can do. Backed up against its own goal line. And Pendleton, now he's got a space. Nice little keeper, a little stiff arm along that sideline. How about that? And that's a good way to get out of trouble.
Well, I'll tell you what. When they watch the game film the next day, there's going to be a lot of hooting and hollering on the Kimberly side. I think he had 2 stiff arms there, Brett.
Yeah, stiff arm late too, but we would talk about Sheckelman and his ability to move. Don't forget about Caden Pendleton. He can run a little bit too. And a good little play call. Give yourself some breathing room, ball at the 36.
Yeah, I was a little worried about them being backed up there, Brett, to the end zone because of the snap situation. But that was one way to get themselves out of trouble.
Little play fake. Looking for the screen. That's Oberman. And he can get out and the move. And near midfield already, about the 45-yard line, are the Papermakers.
Pick up only 40-yard line.
8-yard gain on that screen pass.
Second and 2 for the Makers.
Again, here at Maker Stadium. Great game between these two rivals. Appleton North leading 14-10. Look
Watch out, sacked.
Oh my goodness.
I think that was Wes King, number 78, coming in.
He was shot through a cannon.
Might have been 72 as well. Ethan Hansen helping out. Boy, oh boy. Big sack by the Lightning.
Ball's back to the Kimberly 37-yard line. Third and 8 for the Makers.
About 6 to 7 yards on that loss, Brett. So the good quarterback sack by Wes King, one of our Elite 11. Brings up a 3rd down and 8 for Kimberly. Now with 111, 110 and counting, Brett, big down here for both teams.
Pendleton moving the pocket, and that's going to be short. 4th down coming up.
And then for winning falls incomplete.
Hey, Appleton North has a shot here, Brett. We all know the big arm of Sheckelman. I believe they have all 3 of their timeouts.
The Kimberly Life Force Club. Last call. On the bump for the Makers, number 10, EJ Ryder.
Kreider to do the punting for Kimberly. And we do have a timeout by Appleton North.
Appleton North.
Well, that's interesting, Brett. Now they only have 2 left. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct, yep. 55 seconds to go. Well,
They thinking maybe it was going to be a fake?
that would be surprising, but just that long Pendleton run really, at the very least, flips field position. You know, you're looking at it, you get stuffed deep in your own territory. All of a sudden, Appleton North, with that offense, has a chance to put another score on the board. So with a nice punt, try to pin this Appleton North offense as deep as possible, make it as difficult as possible with under a minute to play. However, having said that, easier said than done to stop a quarterback that's really found his groove and rhythm in Matthew Sheckelman right now, because that North offense is humming pretty good.
Yeah, if Appleton North can, even so, if North can go in to the locker room leading 14-10, got to feel really good. Though, Kimberly does receive the ball to start the second half.
Back in for the Lightning, number 23, Brock Saul.
So Psalm back to return the punt. Again, Brett talked about him being a dangerous returner. He's just shy of the 25-yard line. End over end punt. That's going to die right at the 30 and be downed by Kimberly at the 30, 31-yard line.
So 45 seconds, 44 seconds, 43 seconds.
Lightning, 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Appleton North.
At the 31-yard line, 2 timeouts to go. Again, they've got a good leg in Caden Pope, so you can get in field goal range as well. But we'll see what Sheckelman can do. Wouldn't put it past him in this offense's ability to get down the field quickly. Again, with those receivers, and don't forget about Cal Martini, who can catch some passes from out of the backfield as well.
And take it to the house. He has good speed. He looks like a big old lumbering fullback, but he can run.
I know this. He can run faster than you.
Oh yeah, can walk on his hands and knees and run faster. Walk on his hands and run faster than you.
Yes, there's a toss. Martini looking for a space. I think that might have been 24 for the Papermakers, holding on for dear life. Jack Statz. Jack Stotts, a junior defensive back, doing a good job of kind of holding up Martini. Clock continuing to run. Remember, North with 2 timeouts to go. And Shuckelman under center. He's going to toss it to Martini. Again, looking for some space. And I think North might want to burn a timeout now, and that's exactly what Rob Som's going to do.
7-yard gain for Martini, second down in a 3 situation.
20
but
seconds.
now you got it within what? They have 1 timeout left.
Near midfield,
Yeah,
yep.
you hit a 10, 12-yard pass. I mean, you're within Hail Mary distance.
You got it. Well, he's got an arm, too.
He does.
He can sling it downfield.
And I would say they're about 25 yards away from possible field goal attempt as well. You got options with 20 seconds left. Brett, this is my favorite Elvis song.
It's a good one.
Little hunk of burning love. Thank you very much. Great crowd, though, on hand, Brett. And they had the extra stands put out. Do you see them out there?
Always a good atmosphere here.
Yes.
Good atmosphere at Appleton North, too, when we stream games over there. I don't think we have any Appleton North games at Paul Engen Field on the docket. Actually, we're going to see Appleton North in Week 8 down at Fond du Lac.
Rosie with the shot there of the extra stands. And
Yeah. So we'll see the Lightning again, a great matchup with Fondy coming up. Actually, that's going to be back-to-back weeks we see Fondy, because we'll see Kimberly and Fondy in Week 7 right here. Some great games coming up second half of the season. Sheckelman, he's got time. He's going to look downfield, fires, and nothing there along the sideline. 14 seconds to go. Again, good coverage downfield. He's looking. He's wanting it, but those DBs of Kimberly doing a good job.
well, he can zing it, can he? Wow, the ball just explodes off his hand. He's got arm talent, folks, no doubt about it.
On Appleton North.
Now they're using their final timeout.
There's a good Jackson 5 song for you.
I think every song that they've played has been before 1990.
That's when music was better.
I guess.
This is my favorite Jackson 5 tune. There's no doubt about it. So I Want You Back. I think that's the name of it. Yeah.
Not only do we do football, folks, we also
We're gonna the whole halftime. We're gonna talk about our musical preferences.
Yes.
Listen to a little Bruce Springsteen on the way on Channel 20.
much your listening pleasure.
E Street Radio on Sirius Channel 20.
And they're not sponsors.
Little Bruce Springsteen for you. I wonder if they always play me some Bruce Springsteen when we do Kimberly basketball games.
They do.
They gonna throw me some Boss here at halftime?
I prefer Mellencamp over Bruce.
Oh, stop it.
I do.
He is good though. I like Mellencamp.
3rd and 3 for the Lightning.
3rd and 3 for Appleton North. Ball at the 49-yard line. And Shuckelman is going to go back, looking downfield. He's got all day. Rainbow pass. And they're going to say incomplete. I think that was caught.
He did catch it.
but out of bounds.
That's a heck of a catch.
Yeah, it is. 4th down with 8 seconds to go, and I would think
I heard the North crowd cheer.
I was watching the official run, and he was saying incomplete the whole way. Let's see. I would think you want to punt this away, wouldn't you? That looks like the punt unit's going to come on. What you don't want is a weird situation where you have a bad snap or anything that just kind of, you're going for it on 4th down, and all of a sudden now Kimberly's got one crack to maybe set up for a field goal. So I think this is the right move, just to punt it away. Isom back to punt. Nobody back to receive it for Papermakers, getting ready to try to send everybody near block. Good punt by Isom. Look at that sail inside the 10. Bounces short of the goal line and finally into the goal. But that's how the half's going to end. Good half of football here at Papermaker Stadium.
Yeah, I'm going to update my Twitter. You can follow me at PC Ricardo, right at PC Bretzi, and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Just going to say, again, quick look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard shows the Lightning on top of the Papermakers, 14-10 at the half. All 10 points for Kimberly scored in the first quarter. All 14 points for the Lightning scored in the second quarter. And you want to keep it here, folks, too, and check out after the dance team does its thing. You want to see the Hall of Fame ceremony. Some great names, if you're a Kimberly fan, being inducted tonight. Christy Loisel, remember her,
Sure.
Ricardo? Christy Reeder now. Oh, boy, she was fantastic in the mid-'90s. And volleyball, basketball, she ended up playing collegiately at UW Green Bay, where she was a 4-year letter winner. So sensational. I was joking with Ryan McGinnis, the athletic director here. When I moved out to the Valley, Christy Loisel was one of the main athletes on the female side. It was 1995 when I came out here. And now I'm told she's got like a sophomore already. I said, Ryan, I'm getting old. He said he's getting old too.
Well, there's no doubt about that, Brett.
John Myron also getting inducted. We know John, the current Freedom boys basketball coach. He's going to have another nice team for the Irish this year. Should compete for the Northeastern Conference Championship for sure. Longtime Kimberly boys basketball coach. Of course, led the Papermakers to back-to-back state championships in 94 and 95. Also a key assistant on those Little Shoe teams that made it to state under Turner Botts and Kenny Lowe. Mickey Martin was the head coach there. Dave Reinke, a 9-time letter winner. Reinke excelled in golf, basketball, and football. Bruce Schreiber, he was a baseball standout here and actually had a 6-year professional career with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Chad Weinberg. And
I think he's the hurdles coach for the track team.
yeah, he's a real good coach. In fact, he's wearing a track and field sweatshirt in the picture here. He joins, it says, his father as the first father-son Hall of Famers in Kimberly history. He was an 8-time letter winner, 4 in track, 2 in boys basketball, and 2 in football. But an excellent hurdler where he was a 4-time conference champion and a 3-time state champ. So how about that? Some outstanding names, some blasts from the past getting inducted into the Kimberly Hall of Fame.
Brett, here's a score. Denmark leading Little Shoot at the half 14-9.
Okay, interesting.
See if I can dig up some other ones. Wrightstown is leading 14-6, although I don't see who they are playing. Hold on, maybe I can dig that up here. What's today, the 10th? They're playing Luxembourg-Casco. So
Wow.
Wrightstown leading Luxembourg-Casco 14-6.
That's a big game.
I mean, if they beat Lux-Casco, I might have to rank them. Oh, excuse me, Rosie.
Wrightstown?
Yeah.
Wrightstown lost to Denmark last week, though.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Freedom would have the leg up in the conference
That's right.
race.
But Luxembourg-Casco's undefeated at 3-0,
Right.
if I remember right. All right, Rosie, I'm in your way. Sorry, man. You just tell me where to go.
Hey, how about a different kind of score? Brewers up 9-2 over the Indians in the 5th. So the Brewers looking to take another step.
Did our camera go out, Rosie?
Oh, I thought, no, it was still on. I was watching the scoreboard the entire time.
Half Nina 7, Fondy 7, Brett.
Wow, Nina
Okay.
playing Fondy tough. Yeah, we just got a text message from our friend John Yoke down at Nina. So, yeah, I guess now's a good time to, again, talk about things coming up. Our season premiere of Clubhouse Live is kicking off on Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Join us live from the Clubhouse Sports Pub and Grill inside the Paper Valley Hotel.
Brett, will I finally get my shirt?
You got to talk to our buddy Mike Cruz about that. Of course, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, our apparel sponsor for not only our varsity.
I'll just wear my Bears polo.
Easy now. Our varsity games and varsity roundtable and Clubhouse Live as well. But Green Bay Packers wide receiver Alan Lazard will be our co-host this year. Again, he was our virtual co-host last year, but he will be in-house, and we are going to do it live. There'll be some health and safety protocols in place, of course. Fans will not be allowed near Alan and his guest. Alan's coming solo on Monday, where we'll look back on the Week 1 Packers victory over the Saints. But definitely looking forward to that. If you can't get there live, watch live online at numerous places, clubhouselive.com, facebook.com/Packers News, our YouTube channel, USA Today Network Wisconsin, and give us a like at facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. But I'm looking forward to it, Ricardo. I know you're looking forward to get back in person again.
Yeah.
But masks are encouraged, certainly, if you want to attend, but should be fun.
Yeah, Brett, I got a tweet from Shay Deckent. Remember Shay?
I do.
And I think her little brother plays here for Kimberly, starting fullback. She sent a picture of her. And Shay, you're going to have to help me with the name. I believe, is that Libby Naview from Oshkosh North? And I can't make out the Appleton North girl. Please don't hold anything against me. I'm getting old and I forget names to faces. But they're watching us live stream. So appreciate you doing that.
Isn't Shay at Winona now?
Yes, at Winona. They're all watching us.
See, I remember that.
I didn't remember that.
I remember that.
Okay. But, yeah, she's doing good things over there. I hope you guys, ladies are being safe, and hope everything's going well for you. But thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
We do.
Let me know who the Appleton North girl is that I'm missing the name of.
Anybody else watching from wherever they're attending college, send us a tweet at PC Bretzi, at PC Ricardo.
I'm telling you what, this game has turned out to be very competitive, Brett, and do I dare say it, might go down to the wire.
Well, let's hope so. For the fan bases here, they probably don't. They probably want a blowout either side, right? But we want to see good football all the way through the fourth quarter, and we know we will. Here's the Hall of Fame announcement. Here comes Christy Loisel. She was outstanding basketball player. Actually, I interviewed her a number of years ago. I interviewed a bunch of local players during March Madness who got to play in March Madness, and she was one of them. I think Robert Frozina from St. Mary Central, now St. Mary Catholic. He got to play in the NCAA tournament with Marquette. There was a couple UW Milwaukee guys. Hansen from Appleton West, I'm forgetting his first name. Sam Oatman, former Nina standout at East Tennessee State. So, yeah, I talked to her getting to play with UW Green Bay, so it was good stuff. And good to see Christy Loisel. I can see John Myron getting ready to come to accept his Hall of Fame plaque. So, good stuff here at Kimberly High School.
I'm just adding up some of the stats here, Brett, if you don't mind.
Well, when you get done with that, maybe you can fill us in on what's going on with some of the varsity stuff. I know we were talking about getting varsity roundtable going here shortly again.
Like that is going to hopefully happen next week. I'm crossing my fingers. We had to go through some protocols with, obviously with the pandemic and everything, and who we can allow into the office to have that going.
Might have to wait one more week because Rosie's going to be gone for part of next week. So maybe the week after we can get that going. Gives us some time to set up the office because we've got to make sure everybody's safe and sound. And what about our R&B show? Well, when's that going to start again?
By the way, she got back to me. It's Marissa Mullen, of course, the softball player. Little brother is Trent Mullen. Hey, Marissa, I saw him return that. He had a pickoff in week 2, and he returned it against Preble for that touchdown. Yeah, heck of a player, your little brother.
I think R&B show done. We canceled that?
No,
it's over.
Not at all, because I want to install the eventually the one-on-one segment.
It's too late. We're already halfway through the football season.
As you can see, Brett is just a ray of sunshine when it comes to positivity.
It's done. Nobody remembers it anymore.
Oh, it's still getting. I'm gonna show you all the likes, or not the likes, the downloads it gets.
It's all done.
So, but anyway, well, that's all right. I'll just do it myself.
Well, we got to
No
get that
problems.
going. Probably, maybe we'll get Roundtable and the R&B show in a couple weeks, right? When
Well,
Rosie's
we
back
would
and-
like to get it to be just with the pandemic. It's tricky,
It is, I know.
and we just got to make sure. I'm not sure how the podcast would go, because the podcast there's a room and everything. But we'll figure it out though. I hope to get that going as soon as we get the okay, really, from the superiors for us at USA Today Network. Now, what were you going to complain to me about the Elite 11? What do you?
Well, here's
the Terrific 10. What are you complaining about?
First things first, there's Dave Reinke being introduced to the crowd as well. Listen, well, and you're right. We're being real careful with Clubhouse Live, too.
Right.
We just have to do the best we can. This is what I want to say. Now, the Elite 11, one player
Yes.
per school senior.
Right.
Now,
Yes.
I see your volleyball. There's multiple players from the same team.
Yes, we talked.
Why are the rules
I
changed?
talked about it. We talked about this with Mr. Mike Sherry.
Okay. I
the
want to hear
boss,
about this.
And we figured out, listen, first off, there's way more football players than there are volleyball players, right? You agree with me on that, don't you?
No doubt.
Yes.
No doubt.
And we're talking about teams that have 60, 70 players to a volleyball team that has, 13 or 14 maybe?
Okay.
And in that vein, there are really a lot of great players to choose from for football. Now, it's tough when you got to represent a geographical area like what we have to do with the Terrific 10 and the Elite 11. We go all the way up to Green Bay, all the way down to Fond du Lac. And here's the other thing. The volleyball players we have in this area are elite of the elite. So it's a little bit difficult to kind of hold off girls who were unanimous all-state players.
Okay.
So I can't go with that rule. Some of the players on the Elite 11 were honorable mention all-state. None of them were unanimous all-state players, nothing like that. There's just, even though there's more football players, there's higher concentration of high Division I players for volleyball. So that we decided to go with defending state champions, which we don't have in football. And we decided to go with 4 from Appleton North and 2 from Luxembourg Casco. And I don't regret those at all because we actually left off other all-state players that didn't make the
Well,
Terrific
see
10.
there, you could have had more representation.
I could, but remember, Rosie's trying to put this all out, so I don't want to overtax the man. But I did see the 10 Terrific 10 videos that Rosie finished up. They're fantastic. They're fun. And the girls came in, and they had a lot of fun making it. So I think everyone's going to be pleased with what we have. I'll be releasing some of the videos over the weekend, and then it's going to be more like in an official online form, in a complete story early next week. But yeah, they were too cool to not take out in the weekend and let everyone see them. So I'm looking forward to everyone's thoughts on our Terrific 10.
Bruce Schreiber and Chad Weinberg now getting introduced to wrap up the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Congratulations to all of the honorees tonight. Christy Loisel, John Myron, Dave Reinke, Bruce Schreiber, Chad Weinberg, Christy Reeder, actually. You know what I hear when you tell me? I hear a lot of excuses, and a lack of consistency.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I'm going to
definitely.
say.
There's definitely a lack of consistency.
So take that. But no, actually, congrats to all the Elite 11s and the sensational. What's the volleyball now called?
Terrific 10.
Terrific 10.
It was Sensational
Yes.
6. Then we expanded it.
I can't keep up anymore.
But kudos to Rosie because Rosie really makes those look good. I'll tell you that right now. Makes those look fantastic.
Yes, he does.
Does a
Very
great
talented.
So please check it out. Oh, and if you can, please check out every week. I always have my prep column.
Mm-hmm.
This week I actually had 2. They kind of split it up a little bit to talk about the Kennedy Martin from Appleton North, Brett,
Okay.
committing to the Gators.
Isn't
in
that
Florida.
something? How about
Brett,
that?
She's taller than you. She's 6'6".
Yeah, I'm not 6'6".
I don't know if you saw that tweet. She's 6'6", and it looks like she could grow to be 6'8", maybe even.
Man.
And she's heading all the way down to Gainesville. So congratulations to her. Did a little piece on her, and she texted me some comments about committing to the University of Florida. So congratulations to Kennedy Martin. Brett, you know how many Division I players they have on that volleyball team in Appleton? I think that's the 6th one.
Unbelievable.
And some of them aren't even on my all area or on the Terrific. That's what I'm talking about. I had to leave some girls off.
But not too long ago, these two schools hooked up in girls volleyball, and Kimberly coming up
Yes.
with a big win. How
And
about that?
I'm glad you brought that
Yeah.
up, Brett, because that shows you Kimberly does not lack for talent either. They have several Division I girls on that squad as well. Kyla Dunaway, Ella Budenhagen, great players on Kimberly. That was a big win for them. And
Yeah,
that
it was.
Appleton North came off their first ever Joust tournament victory, which I
Yeah.
was talking to Coach Sherrill. They've never won that. And that's the one that has all the top Milwaukee teams down there.
At first I was surprised. I thought, wow. But then I thought, well, Kimberly's pretty darn good too. So that's
They rallied. They were down 2-0.
That's going to be a good battle. I would imagine they'll play each other
Yes,
again.
I would
at
imagine
some
them
point.
in the postseason.
Yeah.
And Brett, maybe a streaming opportunity.
Well, if we do a streaming opportunity, we'll have to talk about that because that might, we'll have to open up the old pocketbook there for that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's too bad it was so early in the school season. Too bad it wasn't a little bit later. We could have considered streaming that because I was thinking about that as well. But
hey, Brett, more about the Clubhouse Live. Now, it's going to be in the clubhouse. The clubhouse looks a little different now.
yeah, remodeled. Looks
Thank
real,
goodness.
Looks real sharp.
Well, I don't mean just the inside, but I know who was it? The Red Lion or
Yeah.
Food Lion or whatever the hotel was before. They covered up the windows. They wanted to apparently make it look like the Bat Cave.
Yeah, they're open now.
Yeah, thankfully they have natural light coming in. I can't wait for the show. I think it's going to be great. People are ready. A lot of good feedback you've gotten, right? Or a lot of likes and stuff.
Oh yeah, people are excited to have it live. Of course, last year for obvious reasons we had to pivot to a virtual format. I just texted with Alan Lazard this morning, reminding him of the show coming up, and he said he can't wait. It's going to be a fun year, and he had fun in all caps. He's ready to get back in house and see the people, and we can do it safely. We'll spread everybody out, and we'll do it. Hey, I mean we're getting fans in the stands and all that good stuff. Let's hope, Ricardo, fingers crossed, though, that I was talking to Rosie about it. It looks like the numbers maybe have kind of crested a little bit, maybe heading back down again.
Let's
so
hope that's the case, yes.
You know, enough's enough here. We got to get back to some more normalcy. So, and doing an in-person show should be a lot of fun. We'll give away some prizes. Like we got some new segments coming up. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And really looking forward to it. Again, live 6:30, and then Alan again coming solo. Lazard, one of the really should be in line for a pretty solid season. With that's a nice talented group of receivers that the Packers have with Devontae Adams and Marquez Valdez-Scantling and of course Randall Cobb and the Lizard King, Alan Lazard and Amari Rogers and
heck of a guy. Can't say a bad thing about him.
Taylor,
we did the little promo shoot with him. Good guy.
No, he's looking forward to it. So yeah, stop by in person. 6:30 we kick it off, and it's about an hour-long show. A lot of fun. We don't talk X's and O's as much as we just let these guys kind of unwind, showcase their personalities. But looking forward to seeing some of the guys he's going to bring on throughout the course of the season. And again, you can still watch it live online and ask questions. You'll be running the live chat for at least the first.
And I'm a little worried about that.
You'll be fine. First part of the season, you'll be fine. But again, that's Clubhouse Live. Google it. You can find past episodes, and should be a fun game. Packers Saints in Jacksonville. Had to move that because of Hurricane Ida and the damage it did in the Gulf. And boy, what a storm that was. The damage it did all the way up to the northeast, New York and New Jersey. Man, just not good. So enough. We're enough of the bad stuff, right? How about? Can the universe and the powers that be give the world some calm waters for a while?
Yeah. Everything you always hear about is balanced, right? We need a lot of good here to balance out.
Yes, in the world, not just here, in the entire world. That would be nice. Chance to run down the scoring in this one. Kimberly, 10 points in the first quarter. A 48-yard pass from Caden Pendleton to Owen Polakowski. That came with 8:27 to play. And then the 33-yard field goal by Cam Zeeble with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter made it 10-0 Papermakers. And then a pair of touchdowns in the second quarter, both by Cal Martini in Appleton North. A 20-yard pass from Matthew Shuckelman with 6:09 to go. That came off actually the turnover, the pick by Ben Isom. And then with 2:44 remaining, a 34-yard run by Martini. And that's where we're at as we look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. 14-10 is the lead for Appleton North. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922. or shoot them an email at Cooneys, COONEYS0922 at sbcglobal.net. And of course, the Community First Fox Cities Marathon. Registration is still open in the half and relay marathons, as well as the 10K and 5K runs and the kids events. Race weekend set for September 17th through the 19th. That's next weekend. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details.
Well, Brett, interesting stats of note. Shuckelman 6 for 15, 73 yards. And then you look at Kimberly. Now, Oberman, we didn't see him play in the second quarter, but he had 56 yards on 5 carries, so I wonder if he's hurt. I'm going to start looking for his number.
Number 8.
Is he returning the kick, Brett? He was before.
Yeah, he's back there.
Okay.
He was back there on that previous kickoff, too. So
they might have just had a rotation thing going.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
And Papermakers with the ball to start this third quarter. Again, folks, a great deal on a digital subscription to the Post Crescent and all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites for the next 6 months. You get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. Any of our sites, Green Bay Press Gazette, the Oshkosh Northwestern, the Fond du Lac Reporter. I know folks are watching on those sites and Facebook pages as well, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. Give that a subscription or subscribe to that as well. But, boy, 6 months, $1. Heck of a deal right now. Please support local journalism, which includes these live streams.
Put down the Snickers bar and subscribe.
Yes. Pendleton going deep downfield, looking for Polakowski. Oh, near interception. And that was number 21, Trent Mullen, doing a good job of defending that, almost coming up with a pick. I think Polakowski may be turning into a defensive back on that play, Ricardo.
Yeah, Mullen. His older sister Marissa must be happy.
2nd and 10, ball at the 30.
Outstanding softball player, Marissa, and Libby Neveu, also outstanding softball player. She played on those great teams with Supley, Brett.
Yes,
and
Supley
then
at Northwestern now.
Yeah, she's a friend of the round table. And then, of course, Shea Deckant, great basketball player.
Yep.
I believe our basketball player of the year.
Oberman looking for a space. He's got it. Nice little cut back to the outside in front of that Kimberly bench in Appleton North territory. Finally pushed out of bounds. But again, you're seeing where he is so effective. Once the lane closes, he bounces. He's got great feet, great vision, and once he gets in space, he's got the jets to turn it on. Ball at the 42-yard line, Ricardo. Great run for Oberman.
Yeah, 6 carries, 84 yards for Oberman on that 28-yard run. Mosquitoes coming out to bother us here.
That's the only thing about this time of year that's a little tough, but I don't want Mother Nature to send us into a deep freeze just yet, Ricardo. Pendleton looking downfield, and nice adjustment. I think that's a catch by Winnick. He comes down with it. The North defenders are saying he didn't catch it, but no, the officials waving the chains down. Great job by Winnick to adjust to the ball. Catches it along the boundary, and that's another first down inside the 20. Ball at the 18.
Yeah, 24-yard pass play. Pendleton looking his way the entire way. And the ball did squirt out, Brett, but that was after he had hit the turf. Out of bounds.
Yeah, I could see Jack Pudiak, number 25, kind of waving for the wanting the incomplete call, but that official wasn't going to hear it. He wanted the chains down and set quickly.
First down and 10 at the 18. Makers in business.
Oberman has it again, looking for space. Nice little seam up the gut and some good hard hitting on both sides. And now they're kind of seeing what we saw in the first quarter, coming out with that kind of that pace that Kimberly displayed in the first 12 minutes.
I'll tell you what, Oberman, he's got what they call good wiggle. You know, he kind of squeezes through the line. You know, it's almost like he kind of goes in sideways, makes himself small. Then he's able to hit that gear and explode through this line of scrimmage.
I have no idea what good wiggle is.
Wiggle is way in between the linemen, Brett.
Yeah.
In between the uglies. The hogs, as they call them here at Kimberly. Second down and a long 3.
Yep, ball at the 11. Oberman has it again. Ooh. I think that was 74 for Appleton North that hit him first. Will Schrader one of the captains on this Appleton North team, a senior, 6'2", 272-pound defensive lineman. I think he was the first to kind of hit Oberman that kind of blew that play up, and then his defenders,
Brantle.
teammates came in and cleaned up.
Brantle in particular got that one, Brett.
3rd down and 3. No gain or loss on the play. Ball still at the 11.
Again, another big series for Appleton North's defense. Can they hold the Makers?
Be interesting to see what happens if Kimberly gets stopped. Will they bring out the field goal unit or go for it on 4th? Good job.
Look out.
Swing it. Looking downfield. No, definitely some miscommunication there.
Good job by the defensive line of Appleton North to get in and disrupt that play.
And I think they're going to go for it. I see. Nope, the field goal unit's going to go.
Oh, I think they have to. Zabel's a good kicker.
Get the points.
Then you make it a 1-point game.
Definitely some miscommunication there, though, on that throw. And no receiver in that area as Pendleton let it go. So 28-yard field goal attempt coming up for Zeeble. He's got one on the night already. Myron with the hold, Seth Myron, and that one is through. 28 yards.
Update my Twitter again. You can follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
And we've got your 50-50 raffle winning ticket number up on the scoreboard.
Again, Ken, the official, is showing me the layout he has at his house.
Looking good.
I mean, his basement, by the way, and we went over there for his our little fantasy draft for one of my leagues, and let me just say, his whole wall is a screen.
Oh wow!
I think it's about 20 feet wide. I might be embellishing there, but
like a movie
his whole,
screen.
Yeah, I think he has more screen size than Marcus Theaters.
Yeah, I'm looking to get my basement finished. Anybody out there know of a good guy or anybody that can do it? Let me know. I shouldn't probably be soliciting that on our stream, should I?
Yeah.
So a 28-yard field goal by Cam Zeeble. He also has a 33-yard boot. 14-13 is the score as we look at our community first Fox Cities Marathon and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. And that kickoff bounces. Number 37 scoops it up, slips. That's Christian Pride, a sophomore, securing the ball. And let's see where this is marked. It's going to be inside the 20 for Appleton North. Looks like at the 17. 1st and 10 at the 17. Check that, the 18-yard line officially. And let's see if Scheckelman can continue what started as a pretty hot streak there in the second quarter, and that's a good pitch and catch right away to Jack Robinson. It's a good way to get into a quick rhythm of those quick hitters, get the ball out fast, and pick up about 4 or 5 yards. Somebody needs to tell me what is the purpose of a mosquito, Ricardo? what good are they?
To annoy Brett Christopherson.
They're all over in here. Nice little throw to Heron. That's going to be a first down. And again, getting it out fast, not letting that Kimberly rush get anywhere near him, and moving the chains. First down coming up for the Lightning.
Yeah, 7-yard gain there on that last pass. And the run game of Appleton North, which has been very potent the first couple of games, Brett, kind of taking a back seat right now.
Well,
Heron goes off limping, by the way.
It started off trying to get the run game going, but a good adjustment on that Appleton North side. Say, hey, let's get our quarterback hot. And as I said, maybe we can, as we continue this, get the passing game going, it can loosen things up. Even such, Cal Martini, Ricardo, with a couple TDs on the night, both TDs. And there goes Scheckelman again. He's going to run it.
Got wheels.
And he had Martini. He used Martini as a nice shield there and used him as a blocker. And inside Kimberly territory.
Yeah, ball's going to be marked tentatively at the 48. So a 21-yard gain there for Sheckelman. And their offense looks so much more consistent and relaxed, Brett, than the first couple of series. Sheckelman's calmed down a little bit, finding the open receiver. Again, I'm sure Appleton North, they like the matchups that their receivers have against the, which I think is a very good secondary actually against Kimberly. All day to throw for Sheckelman.
Watch out again. Good job. It looked like it was going to be a sack and a 1-yard gain. Well, you say the matchups, but I think that Kimberly defensive backfield, has done a really nice job tonight. Sheckelman has done a great job of decision making and not trying to force these throws to recovered receivers. He said, hey, I can run a little bit too, and he's hurting the Kimberly defense with his legs at times. And there was another good decision. He just tucked it in, said, I'm going to try to make something out of nothing, and gets a yard.
1-yard gain again for Sheckelman. Second down and 9. As you see some of the players there with that yellow undershirt. Or orange, I should say, for Sam Klein.
We'll play action to, is that Robinson again? And that was number 20, Ty Lawton, the junior defensive back, coming in quick and bringing down Robinson hard. So 3rd and long coming up. You did a nice story on Sam Klein, the Kimberly senior offensive lineman. Was going to be a starter this year, but maybe you can at some point fill in folks on what's going on.
You can check it out still on postcrescent.com. You might have to look for it on Google. Just look under Sam Klein, Kimberly, and leukemia, and it'll probably pop up. Great kid. Found out after the final game of the year, Brett, in the spring, that he had some bruising. Turned out to be leukemia. It's a battle, about a 2.5 year battle he has ahead of him.
Oh boy. Sheckelman, he's going to try to tuck it in, and he's going to be shy by a couple yards. That might be coming back too. Well, we'll get this situated first, and then maybe it's going to be against Appleton North. So it's going to be a hold that's going to push the Lightning back. So Ricardo, as long as we've got a little break here, the prognosis though for Sam, how is it looking when you were talking to him?
I mean, there's a high rate, of him beating it.
Good.
So I think it's just a long process now. But everyone seems to be very upbeat. Talking to Klein, he seemed very upbeat. It's good to see, and he's had a lot of help from obviously the Kimberly community. Coach Jones dedicated the early sales of his book.
Yeah, toward
his medical payments, and really did a great job here of rallying for Sam. Brett here's trying to kill as many mosquitoes as he can.
3rd and 23, ball at the 39-yard line. So down in distance if you're this Kimberly defense. Sheckelman, watch out. Boy, he is quick, but nice tackle by 52 for the Papermakers. Paul Carmen, a senior linebacker, getting in there. He is elusive, though, Sheckelman. It looks like he's going to get just hammered, and somehow the quick beat to get out of that. But that hold call derailing this drive, and Kimberly's defense holds. Jackson Wilds getting back to receive this punt. Kind of a boxing match, right, going on. Jab after jab. Waiting for who's going to deliver the big blow and secure this victory, but a long way to go in this half. Nice punt. Wild's going to fair catch. Signal there, kind of a late one, but secures it down at the 24-yard line. It looks like they're spotting the ball, so Kimberly will take over from there. Down 1 with 5:22 to go here in this third quarter. Good game, Ricardo. We knew it.
We knew that would be the case. Now it's curious to see how Kimberly answers that.
I mentioned Kimberly's won the last 10 meetings in this series, but it's a streaky series. Appleton North won 4 straight before the Papermakers' current streak. And Appleton won the first 2 between these 2 programs before Kimberly peeled off 5 straight. Then Appleton North with 4 in a row. And then Kimberly with 3. Then Appleton North with 4 before Kimberly's current 10-game streak. So back and forth it goes. Oberman has it. Kimberly, it's been one-sided in the last 10 meetings. And what was it? The last time Appleton North winning in this series was 2012, I believe. And check this out, Ricardo. The Papermakers, over their past 107 games, a record of 103-4.
That good?
So a chance to go
That's good,
100
right?
games over 500 in the last 104 games. Or check that, 108 games. Yeah, that's good. Historically good. As Oberman now takes the handoff, cuts it back inside. Ooh, big hit. I think that was number 23 for Appleton North. Brock Somm, the junior defensive back. That 103-4 mark for the Papermakers, that dates back to the 2013 season. That's a .963 winning percentage. Of course, that includes 5 straight titles from 13 through 17, the state record 70-game winning streak, 6 straight title appearances.
Brett Oberman, by the way, just went over 100 yards. He has 105 yards on 10 carries.
1st and 10 for the Papermakers, swinging it over to Oberman. Brought down, nice tackle there on the far sideline. That's number 21 for Appleton North, Trent Mullen again. And you see Kimberly, Ricardo, trying to get Oberman in space because he's, again, one of those athletes, so dangerous.
By the way, Ken, the official, had a good laugh at our question about what those jet sweeps or whatever, are they runs or passes?
Yeah, because sometimes different levels call them different things, right? High school versus...
He thought we're a bunch of goofs.
Oh, boy.
That we didn't know that.
There's a pass. Nice throw from Pendleton to Polakowski along the near sideline and in Appleton North territory at the 45. Let me just say something.
Here we go. Don't get offended.
No, I'm not offended.
A little bit.
I said, Mike Sherry was the one who was asking. I said, we've always said it's a pass on the streams. I said, maybe you want to check with Ken just to double check. That's what I was saying, Ken. We just wanted to double check to confirm. That's what journalists do. We confirm things. It's called being factual and accurate.
Even if your mom says she's your mom, you got to check.
You have to check. Ball actually at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. And Oberman with the ball. Whoa, nothing doing. 32-72 together. 32 is Brennan Cate, C-A-T-E, a senior linebacker. And I think that was 72. I said Ethan Hansen, a senior defensive lineman, blowing that play up in a loss of about 3 yards. Ball at the 49-yard line, Ricardo. So a big stop on 1st down by that Appleton North defense.
Makes things a little bit more difficult for Kimberly. And if you're Appleton North, now is the time you'd like to kind of have that Kimberly offensive drive here kind of short circuit. 2nd and 13.
Meanwhile, if you're Kimberly, you just want to get in a field goal range because, again, you got a good kicker. He's kicked 2 so far, and Cam Zeeble. Chance to maybe take the lead.
Oh, look
wow,
out.
Big hit, but still got.
Oh,
is that loose ball?
It's a fumble.
No, the official saying incomplete. Wow.
Well, I will say this.
Oh, you can see one of the North coaches is jumping up and down. He's irate.
All right, Ken, the official, if you saw that, that to me looked like an incomplete pass. He caught the ball, but didn't make what they call a football move. Now, is that
relevant in high school?
In high school, yeah.
North fans booing across from us. They thought they had the turnover. Instead, 3rd down. Didn't see who got in there to hit Pendleton, but put a lot of pressure still. Pendleton delivering a pretty good ball. Winnick just couldn't corral it, so 3rd and long coming up.
Again, Pendleton took a shot.
Yeah. Pressure's starting to get there, isn't it, a little bit? Pendleton again hit. Woo! And what a catch! Polakowski, is he into the end zone? No, he stepped out of bounds. Pendleton is down right now. He took a big-time shot, but what a pass and catch along that far sideline by Polakowski, who was well defended on the play.
How did he get that past the defender?
I don't know, but Polakowski, what a catch. But let's see how Pendleton is as we got the cameras on him. Good job, Rosie. Boy, that is talking about knowing you're going to take a lick, but delivering a pass, a pinpoint pass. That ball was right there to Polakowski. They're going to mark it at, looks like the 12-yard line, but a little bit, certainly a big concern now, the status of Caden Pendleton, who took a big shot.
Well, the backup quarterback is Seth Myron for Kimberly, I believe.
Yeah, number 13.
Junior, 6'4", 176 pounds.
He's warming up right now in front of the Kimberly sideline.
But seriously, Pendleton took a heck of a shot. Brett, I can't say enough the poise by him, though, to complete that pass.
I know. I mean, and there was a front side hit. He knows he's going to get drilled, shelled, and I don't know how they completed that pass, but Polakowski secures it. Good to see Pendleton up and walking. You can see the training staff, Steve Jones out there. Don't know, maybe it was more like you get the breath knocked out of you type of a situation, but good to see him walking off on his own power here.
Definitely looked worse than your air knocked out, though. I thought he took a pretty big hit.
I imagine looks like the trainer, she wants to kind of talk over things with him a little bit further. But that does bring in Seth Myron, number 13, a junior, 6'4", 176 pounds, also listed on the program, Ricardo, as a wide receiver.
Well, Coach Jones told me before the season started, Brett, that he was pushing Pendleton for the starting job, so he's a talented kid.
Ball at the 12-yard line. Handoff to Oberman, boy. And nothing doing there. Number 74, Will Schrader, the first one in. 6'2", 272-pound defensive lineman busting through. And now it seems like at least in the run game, Ricardo, that Appleton North defensive front getting much more of a push, being much more wreaking havoc than what we saw earlier in the game. And now Pendleton back in. So that's good to see that he's all right.
Whew. Kids are tough.
2-yard loss on that run. Ball at the 14-yard line. And he's going to sling it over wide open. There it is, Ricardo. Did I call that or what? That's Deckant, 14 yards out. There is your fullback / tight end. Does all the dirty work. We've seen that for years in this offense, and then all of a sudden he comes out of the backfield, that position, and that's a touchdown from 14 yards out.
No one happier than his sister Shay over at Winona State. But yeah, Isaac Deckant did a good job of corralling that pass, and Pendleton showing no ill effects of that hit, Brett.
No. It seems like we see that every game we do, all of a sudden out of the blue, right? They hit you, they lull you, and then there's the fullback with a touchdown.
By the way, Ken, the official said on that pass play, not relevant, the football move and whatnot, as Pendleton.
Two-point conversion, Pendleton looking and knocked away. You always got to be cognizant of that, the fullback coming out. And
yeah, we've seen that play plenty of times.
Yeah,
Brett.
all of a sudden, he's doing the dirty work, all the blocking, trying to get things going for that running game, and then Steve Jones and that crew will say, "Hey, let's get him involved a little bit. Let's see if we can catch the defense off guard." And there you have it, 14-yard pass from Caden Pendleton to Isaac Deckant. And now Kimberly on top as we look at our Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. 19-14 the lead for the Papermakers. Ricardo, back and forth we go. This is fun.
Yeah, I'm updating my Twitter. You can follow me again at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Fun game tonight here at Papermaker Stadium. Kimberly coming in undefeated, 3-0 overall, 1-0 in the FBA. Appleton North 2-1. On the season and 1-0 in FBA play. Kimberly ranked 4th in the Associated Press Large Division State Poll. Appleton North 9. One of the top games of the night in the state, along with the Muskego-McWanago game down in the Milwaukee area. Two top 10 teams going at it as well in the large division.
Brett,
poll.
Wrightstown leading Luxembourg Casco 21-20.
Wow. And good job there just to dive on the loose ball. I think that was number 42, Brady Lamon, a sophomore linebacker, seeing that the ball was loose and live and just pouncing on it. So it'll be 1st and 10 North at, looks like, the 19-yard line. So let's see now if the North offense can respond, and let's see if Matthew Scheckelman now can put together a nice long drive and get into a rhythm as well. Good stuff. That Martini with the carry, yep, and a good push by that offensive line, so good start on this drive for the Lightning. Hey, we got a tweet from our guy, Jeremy Klussman. Look at this. Boy, he's got a nice little setup outside. He's got the TV on. Look at that. Nice. Hey, Jeremy, when are you going to invite me over to your place? So it's great to hear your voices and happy to have you back at Papermaker Stadium. Hoping to see you at Clubhouse Live next week. Happy birthday to Dane Dorn and showing us a view from his seat. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you as well. Martini with the carry. Stop. 3rd down coming up, and a big moment for this North offense, Ricardo.
It'll be 3rd and 2 for Scheckelman. So I'm trying to add up some of these. Martini's had a pretty quiet second half. Those are his first 2 carries of the half, actually.
See if Scheckelman goes to one of his receivers here, kind of get the ball out of his hands quickly. It's 3rd and short, like you said, 3rd and 2, ball at 27.
Oh, that was.
There going to be some movement.
Yes.
Yep. Well, that makes it a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? 3rd and 2 becomes 3rd and 7.
Procedure penalty against Appleton North. 5-yard penalty. We'll push the ball back to the 22-yard line. 3rd and 7.
Turns it into a clear pass down now, Brett.
Yep. And what do we got here? End of the 3rd quarter. I have to admit, I wasn't even paying attention to the clock there. This game is back and forth, nip and tuck, tight battle. But to the 4th quarter we go. And again, as we look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard, 19-14 Kimberly with the lead.
Updating my Twitter again. Follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Again, don't forget to sign up for a digital subscription, folks. 6 months, $1. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. Same goes for the Green Bay Press Gazette, the Oshkosh Northwestern, the Fond du Lac Reporter, any of those. You get complete access and benefits. Desktop, tablet, mobile devices every day. The e-edition is part of that, which is a digital replica of the print edition. 6 months, $1. Please support streams like this and local journalism overall. And for the folks wondering where we'll be next week, we'll be up at Bayport. We'll get to see the Pirates. That's next Friday. They're hosting De Pere. That should be a great Fox River Classic Conference North matchup. Looking forward to that. Our live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. We'll stream that on the Press Gazette website and the Post Crescent as well, because you know some folks down here are going to be kind of curious on what those Bayport Pirates are doing. Had a little bit of an off spring. Bayport losing to De Pere, actually. De Pere snapping that long conference winning streak. But the Pirates looking pretty good again, so looking forward to seeing Bayport next week. But let's get this final 12 minutes underway here and see what happens at Papermaker Stadium. 2 of the top teams in the state going down to the wire. 3rd down for Scheckelman. He's got all day. Nice throw, nice catch. That looks like that was number 10, Alex Herron, the senior. So a good job by Scheckelman, staying calm behind his offensive line, and Scheckelman finding a nice little opening in that Kimberly defense, and a bullet, Ricardo. Scheckelman showing off that arm a little bit.
Yeah, they needed 7 yards and got 8. And I like the calmness, again, that you alluded to, Brett, of Scheckelman. I mean, this is 4th quarter. This is where it counts right now.
Well, when you've played in as many games as Scheckelman, right? Same with Caden Pendleton on the other side. Two very experienced quarterbacks. You're not going to get them rattled. And Scheckelman's got all day looking nice. Checks it underneath. And that's Robinson. Big hit by Kimberly. That's number 28 for the Papermakers, Josh Frazier, the senior defensive back.
Wonder if any relation to Caleb Frazier. Second down and 5 from the 35 for Appleton North. Again, Pendleton, a lot of time to throw back there, Brett.
He did, but I liked, again, nothing was open downfield, so he kind of checked it down to his crossing route underneath. Was that Jack Robinson, number 17, I think, with the catch. What I like about Scheckelman, not forcing it, right? He always just has time to kind of look at his options. And, again, so many weapons at his disposal. There's one of the weapons right there, Cal Martini, but number 92 for the Papermakers, Sean Burant, a senior defensive lineman there to bring down Martini. 6'3", 225-pound defensive lineman for the Papermakers, and here comes another big third down for Appleton North.
Big play for the Kimberly defense as well as the North offense. Brett, got to keep this drive going if you're Appleton North.
Looking down, fires it. Oh, intercepted! That's number 28 with the interception for the Papermakers. That's Josh Frazier again, the senior defensive back. That was a rocket. He had the hands. He bobbled it a little bit, but was able to secure it. And a big turnover for that Kimberly defense. Ball's going to be near midfield. Hey, Scheckelman had time.
He did.
Tried to squeeze it into the teeth of that defense over the middle, but Frazier showing the hands there, and ball's going to be at the Appleton North 49-yard line.
Now the onus is on the North defense to possibly force a 3-and-out, or at least
get another. Maybe they can get a turnover. I think both sides have one turnover, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, because the interception by Isom was turned into a touchdown for Appleton North. Oberman, nothing doing. Boy, number 32 for the Lightning. Brennan Cate, I hope again I'm saying that right, C-A-T-E. Senior linebacker, 6'1", 185 pounds. There's some hitting going on the defensive side right now. Second down and 10, ball at the 49.
Carries 100 yards for Oberman, but his last 4 or 5 carries, he's actually lost yardage.
Not much going on in that run game right now, is there? For the Papermakers.
For either side, really.
Yeah, credit that North defense, though. There's a little pop pass to Oberman. Yep, and he's getting it around the edge. Finally brought down by, I think that was Brecken Murphy, a senior defensive back, number 22. So third down coming up for the Papermakers.
Ken, the official, is smiling, knowing that that's a pass.
Yes. The easiest completion you'll ever find, right? Little jet sweep motion and just.
Even I can complete that one.
Well, yeah, that's about as far as you can throw with your shoulder issues.
I can do a little pop pass for you, 4 yards maybe.
Ball at the 42-yard line. Third down and 3 for Kimberly. And a big moment here. North needs a stop, get that ball back. Clock running. Just a little over 8 minutes to play in this one. And nice job by Pendleton. A little fake handoff, and he lowers his shoulder. Let's see, it's going to be very close. They might have to measure this one. We'll stop the clock to spot the ball, and let's see what they want to do. Oh, they're moving the chains. First down for the Papermakers. So how about your quarterback there, Caden Pendleton? Little fake handoff to Oberman, and he just tucks it in, follows the blocking of the big guys up front, and squeezes just enough yardage to get that first down. Ball at the 39.
Time slowly ticking away, though, for Appleton North.
Well, if you're Kimberly right now, no need to really rush anything. Take your time, and you're up. Pendleton waiting for the snap. Has it. Oberman looking for some space along that right side. Has
Flag.
some blocking, but is it coming back? Could be a holding call against Kimberly. We'll see. Gives me a chance to. He got to check out the Brew Crew, right? I know you're not. This guy here is a Cardinals fan, so he wants to see the Brewers fail miserably.
Well, not fail miserably, but I just kind of chuckle at all the silly talk, and the Brewers never won anything.
Escobar with a couple homers tonight for the Brewers. Up 10-2 on the Indians. No, but they're doing stuff that hasn't been seen since 1982 when they did go to the
All
World
I got to
Series.
say is that it don't mean a thing without the ring, my friend. So do all the fancy things in the regular season. It don't matter.
This Bear fan who can't stand Packer fans, but yet acts like a Packer fan that he despises when he roots for the Cardinals.
As I have told everyone, Cardinals fans are insufferable. We're terrible.
Yes.
And we are the Packer fans of Major League Baseball.
You do have the championships, though, so hey, it could be a big sports year for Wisconsin.
But the Brewers are their pitching staff unbelievable.
First down coming up after that penalty, going deep downfield, looking for Winnick. What a throw and what a catch! Shoulder over the shoulder, fingertip grab for Winnick. Two guys on him, Ricardo, and he still catches it. Beautiful rainbow throw by Pendleton. And the Papermakers in business. Ball at the 21. Wow, beautiful play.
Yeah, 18-yard completion. Let me tell you, Pendleton has outstanding accuracy, Brett. When he threw that ball, I saw the safety coming over. I'm like, I'm not sure if that's going to be, a accurate enough pass, but it turned out to be beautiful, right in the breadbasket.
Oh, rainbowed it really right into Winnick's hands. And again, great concentration by Winnick, knowing that there were two guys, the cornerback and, like you said, the safety coming over, making a fingertip over the shoulder grab. First down for the Papermakers. Oberman now has it, looking for some space up the middle. And inside the 20, maybe at the 17, 18-yard line.
Right now, if you're Appleton North, you got to hold them to a field goal here. Oberman up to 14 carries for 104 yards, Brett.
Second and 6 for the Makers.
I was waiting for this second down play, but you got the Bucks winning the title, you got the Brewers looking like a potential World Series team, and you got the Packers as a Super Bowl favorite. Why not have the Wisconsin trifecta? It's all we want. It's just one time, right?
No.
One time.
Nope.
Hey, it's good for business.
No, I'm fine with them getting to the championship game and losing again. That's good for business, as long as they're still alive in February.
Kimberly burns
late January.
A timeout. I think the Bucks got rid of that Wisconsin sports curse. They busted through it, and now the
That
Brewers.
I am a Bucks fan. Ever since I was a Bulls fan, obviously, but ever since Jerry Krause dismantled that team, I swore I would never, ever be a Bulls fan again, and I have held on to that statement.
Listen, very happy to see the Bucks win the title. I was rooting for them, not my team.
I know it's not.
San Antonio Spurs have been my team since it was a kid before they were good. Okay, so I don't want to hear that I was jumping on any bandwagon.
Sure.
Took a trip to San Antonio as a kid and decided then I'm just going to like the Spurs for the heck of it.
We have Mothra now in the building.
Moths, mosquitoes, we're getting attacked. But I think the Bucks have kind of reversed things, and now the Brewers get to the World Series and Packers to the Super Bowl. Why not?
Yeah. Call me the Terminator, my friend.
Yeah, that moth is
dead.
history.
D-E-D.
Second and 6, ball at the 17-yard line. Boy, what a fun game here in Week 4. Handoff, Barry showing some good moves. There's that wiggle you're talking about. Still on his feet, trying to move the pile. And a good run for Barry. That's going to be a first down near the 10, maybe inside the 10. And first and goal coming up for the Papermakers.
8-yard gain, first down, goal to go again, and not going down on the first hit.
Nice low center of gravity, balancing himself. Keep that. And
he's not a
moving.
big kid. Blake
No.
Berry, 5'11", 190, but running like he's a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, another of those continued good string of running backs, right? He's going to probably get the bulk of the carries next season. Did some good things in the spring when we were watching him too. So 1st and goal, ball at the 9. Pendleton's going to keep it, diving forward, and he's going to be short. 2nd down coming up inside the 5. Looks like, let's see where the official is spotting it, at the 2.
The seconds ticking away here for Appleton North. And
I said, what's the rush, right? When you have the
exactly,
lead.
if you're Kimberly, just let that time go off.
Barry in the backfield with Pendleton. Let's see what Pendleton wants to do. He's got it. Handoff. Barry. He's got it. He's in for the score. 2-yard touchdown for Blake Barry. And I think Ricardo, Kimberly going to kick the PAT here. Try to increase its lead to 12. But boy, some good blocking up there. Buried a nice hole right up the gut. And his first touchdown of the game. Zeeble with the kick. It's through. And with 5:03 remaining in this one, as we look again at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard, Papermakers 26-14. They have the lead, and it's been all Kimberly in the scoring column. A pair of touchdowns and a field goal. Points. Appleton North led 14-10 at the half. Kimberly with a 28-yard field goal by Zeeble in the third quarter. A 14-yard pass from Pendleton to Deckant late in the third quarter. Now the 2-yard run by Blake Barry. That is the second half scoring, all Kimberly so far, but 5:03 to go. Plenty of time for this North offense.
They can strike in a hurry, but they're going to have to be very efficient here because they're down 12.
Well, and also a return man in Mullen who can
he does have
field
big
position quickly.
Big playability. See Bill Glasheen just
that's right.
giving us a how are ya?
Little squib kick. Scooped up along the far side by trying to get a number on that. Boy, moving the pile. Look at this.
Almost
Good.
to the 40.
Oh. Looks like that was Reichel on the return. Matthew Reichel. Yeah, Bill Glasheen, our photojournalist here tonight. Forgot to mention, check out postcrescent.com later tonight for a photo gallery of tonight's game. Bill, one of the best in the business. Be a lot of great action shots from this one. All right, 1st and 10 for the Lightning. 4:55 to go. Ball on the 39-yard line. Shuckleman, he's going to get it out quickly, Ricardo, like you said, and right out of bounds is Jack Robinson. And here's the thing. You got a quarterback with obvious talent. He's a 3-year starter. You can play up-tempo. You can play no huddle with this guy. He has complete command and mastery of this offense and all these weapons. He knows where he wants to go, and he can get you down the field very fast.
Remember in the high school game, the clock stops after every first down, or first down conversion, I should say.
But there you saw a good decision right there, right out of the chute. A quick pass to Robinson right out of bounds, saved some time. And now Shuckleman.
And there's a flag.
Is that going to come back, a hold? That's usually when that flag is thrown, holding could be the call. Let's see.
It is a hold.
So a big holding call against Appleton North. Going to back up the Lightning here.
It was thrown around the 40-yard line. And they'll mark it at the 30. So a 2nd and 19 situation.
Makes it a little bit more difficult, doesn't it?
It does. 4:44 left here in regulation. North trying to score in a hurry.
Down 12, down 2 scores. Sheckelman looking to go downfield. He's got a receiver, just overshot him. That was Pope.
Ooh, that's a hard throw to convert, though, I'll tell you that.
And now 3rd and long coming up.
So 3rd and 19 at the 30 for Appleton North.
Muskego up 20-7 over Mukwonago Ricardo.
That would be a big win for Muskego. They're ranked number 2 in Division 1.
Got that long winning streak going, and Sheckelman looking downfield.
First
and
down.
Is that caught? Yes. What a catch by Pope. Boy, that was a great throw by Sheckelman on the run and just delivers a bullet to Pope.
I'll tell you the truth, I thought he was going to go even further downfield. I think he had some options down there.
And right at the 50-yard line. Boy,
yeah, needed 19. He got 20, Brett.
Showing some good arm strength. Seen 2 quarterbacks tonight who's really put some nice throws on film.
And not just that, BC, he got out of bounds.
Got out of bounds, yeah, stops the clock. So plenty of time here, and that was a huge 3rd down hookup for Sheckelman. North in business here. Again, little pump fake, and he's going to sling it, and I think just makes a good decision. Throw it out of bounds.
Well, he actually had a receiver there. He just overthrew him. Either way, the clock is stopped. 4:27 left in the 4th. North is going to have to score and get some help.
Well, that's a good throw by
it was
by Matthew.
Guy
Sheckelman.
he has talent, arm talent. There's no doubt about it. But I'll tell you what, Pendleton on the other side, he has talent too. And some of his touch passes are fantastic.
We just got a final from Nina. The Rockets take down Fond du Lac 21-7. How about that? What a bounce back for Steve Young. Sheckelman, beautiful throw. That's number 16. I think that's going to be the first time we're going to call his name. Owen Hager, the junior wideout, wide open. Another weapon for Sheckelman, and what a throw in North. Ricardo, plenty of time. 4:19 to play in this one.
Brett, if we can quickly talk about Nina's win. Remember, Steve Young, the Nina coach, they lost 3-0 to Oshkosh West last week. And he said, look, Ricardo, we got to steal one.
And they just did.
We got to get one that people don't think we're going to win. They just did that. That's a heck of a bounce back for them.
I guess, because Fond du Lac has started off strong.
Yes. Their only loss was to Franklin.
The FBA, Ricardo, always tough. 1st and 10 at the 17. He's got 2 tough teams here. Sheckelman, he's got time. He's looking downfield, going to the end zone. Got it! And that's Pope for the score. That's 17 yards.
Let me tell you something. Way too much time for Sheckelman. He was able to go back there and just look all around. He must have had 4 or 5 seconds to look for his open receiver and did a great job of finding Pope.
Over the middle, yep. And how about that for a drive? Kimberly scored its touchdown with 5:03 to go. North just did it now with 4:11. They did it under a minute in game time. And now Pope looking to kick the PAT. He missed it. That's a big miss. That is a big miss. Keeps it a 6-point game. Wow.
Updating my Twitter, you can follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, Rosie at Metal Rosie.
First score of the second half for Appleton North. Again, a 17-yard hookup from Matthew Sheckelman to Caden Pope. Well, we're talking about Heron, we're talking about Pope, we're talking about Robinson, Hager, Cal Martini, who can inflict some damage, of course, as we all well know. So weapons up and down both rosters tonight. And we're seeing why these are 2 of the best teams in Division I, Ricardo.
Absolutely.
fun game here at Papermaker Stadium. Always is. Looking at the Kimberly schedule home against Appleton East, and they have at Oshkosh West, Fond du Lac, at Neenah, and at Kaukauna. Looking at North next, they're home against Neenah now. Neenah coming off the big win, as we said. Then they're at Appleton East, Oshkosh West, at Fond du Lac, and Oshkosh North. Kimberly going to burn its second time out of the half.
Well, how much is, I mean, again, not to nitpick, but, the interception by Scheckelman there, that's kind of coming back to haunt them now because they're now chasing this. It's 26-20. I believe that led to the Kimberly touchdown that gave them that 26, well, at the time, 14 lead. But now it's on the defense.
It's on the defense, but that was a big miss on the PAT.
It was, yes.
So, yeah, we'll see if this North defense now can respond. Conversely, we'll see if the Kimberly offense can stay hot here, as we've seen in this half. Looking at Kimberly, North, Fond du Lac, and Oshkosh West entered tonight's game all 1-0 in the FVA. We know Fond du Lac has now lost. One of these two teams will have a loss in conference. Not sure about what Oshkosh West is doing tonight. But whoever
They were playing Appleton East. I believe they were ahead.
Okay, so certainly whoever wins this game takes a big step towards a conference title for sure. And that usually is the case when these two teams play. Here's the kick. And that's Winnick has it inside the 5 and just gets out of the bound, makes a good smart play, get out before anything goofy can happen with that football.
So 4:06 left here in regulation. First down and 10 at the 22. That's where Kimberly will start. They just need to bleed as much time as they can. And if you're Appleton North, at the minimum, force the 3 and out. And even better, somehow get a turnover.
Maybe we'll see these two teams again at Titan Stadium in a cold November evening. How's that sound?
Mike Sherry back at the home office just said 17-7. Oshkosh West beat Appleton East.
So the Wildcats will be in first at 2-0 with one of these two teams at the end of the night.
When was the last time that happened?
How about Oshkosh West? Glad we were able to stream them last week. That was a 3-0 win over Neenah. Oberman has it. He's wrapped up quickly by number 32, Brennan Cate, the senior linebacker. And remember, the Lightning, all 3 timeouts still remaining. Boy, this is a big moment in this game, isn't it? Big series for both sides. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10, ball at the 27. Or check that, at the 22.
Some big hits, some big plays, and some turnovers. This game has pretty much had it all.
Pendleton's going to keep it. Whoa. Trying to get a little more in the yardage department. Does. Good stop by number 25, Jack Budiak, the senior defensive back.
And maybe 3rd and 4, Brad. 2nd down. Oh, it was a 6-yard gain.
So now what do? What's the call? You want to keep it on the ground, or you going to?
I would pass it. I mean, I think North has been vulnerable. Maybe have that little leak out pass to Deckent.
Yeah, Deckent is out there. Polakowski. Look for maybe number 89. He's tight against the left side of the line, or 88, I should say. No, Pendleton's going to keep it. Spins his way, and I think I think he got it. Yep, he got the first down. Wow. Just got it.
And the spin move, he got it.
And we got a North player slow to get up. No, Pendleton, I think he's a little upset. His helmet is off. And they're going to move the chains. Boy, that's a big run by your senior quarterback.
North, now you got to use your timeouts, and now you got to.
And they do. That's their first.
Yeah, they don't have any room for error now.
That spin move got it. It looked like he was going to be stopped short, and did a little spin move and just got enough.
But then you're looking at the way the game has unfolded, Brett. Remember, North missed the field goal, or they got the field goal blocked. That was 3 points. That changes the dynamic of the game. They have to basically get a touchdown to win before they would just need a field goal to tie, along with the missed extra point playing a factor in there too.
See that North defense huddle up there, getting some instruction. Got to get a stop, trying to strip that ball with a handoff. We've seen some snaps have been a little not clean at times here, so anything weird can happen. On the other side, the Kimberly offense is saying take care of the football, wrap up, and let's make them burn some timeouts and we can burn some clock. Another first down ices this game.
Mm-hmm. Myron is out there at quarterback.
Interesting.
For Kimberly.
He's going to hand off to Barry. Barry just gets low and brought down, and now North will have to burn its second timeout.
Pendleton's coming right back in.
Well, because of the equipment. That's right. His helmet came off.
2-yard gain for Barry. Or, no, we'll call it a 3-yard gain. Ball be placed at the 36.
I think when your helmet comes off or have some equipment issues, you have to come out of play, right? And so Pendleton back into the game.
It's been a fantastic game, Brett.
Yes, it has.
We knew that we both felt coming into the game that North had a great shot. At first off, at just making it competitive, but two, possibly coming out with the win. I think their opportunities have been there. The game's not over yet, but it'll be an interesting conversation I have with Coach Salm afterwards, as well as Coach Jones.
That Muskego-Mukwonago game, Mukwonago down 20-14 with the ball.
Oh, boy.
2:31 left in the game. Travis Wilson, our friend at wisports.net, is covering that one. So a chance maybe for Mukwonago to pull one out. Travis tweets that Muskego had a touchdown called back by a hold. Committed 3 penalties on the drive. Second down for Pendleton and the Papermakers. Low snap, he's going to keep it. And trying to run outside, breaks a tackle, gets down. And third down coming up. And it looks like Ricardo, maybe North, going to hold on to that final timeout.
32. Pendleton's hurting him in his legs.
Yeah, he can run too, can he? And strong to kind of break some tackles too. Very impressed with what he's been able to bring in the running game as well. 3rd and 2, ball at the 41-yard line, and obviously Kimberly in no hurry. Kimberly has a timeout to use if it needs it. And looking at that official, now he's starting to count, so they're going to have to snap the ball here. And Kimberly burns a timeout. It was getting a little too close to the play clock expiring. So final timeout for the Papermakers as Steve Jones quickly calls a timeout on a big 3rd and 2 play. Kimberly gets this one. It's over. Appleton North gets the stop.
Well, it's all in Appleton North's hands right now.
Got to
get the stop. You're going to get the ball back.
Yep.
And you'll get the ball back with like a minute 15?
Yeah, with a quarterback that can get you down the field really fast. And we saw it in that last drive, working that sideline and stopping the clock. So big spot again for both sides. Third and what are we going to call this, Ricardo? 2 at the 41.
I'll just say this, and we haven't mentioned this yet. It's just great to be out here in
the fall. That's what it's all about, right?
With fans, and
I hear you.
Really was terrible the last year.
Yep, I hear you.
3rd and 2, Pendleton. Trying to get a little bit of jump action there from the defensive line.
Barry's got it, looking for space. He's got it, and more. Talk about hitting the hole hard. How about Barry with a big first down, and you can see that Kimberly sideline celebrating. That offensive line, another nice push, too, to create space for Barry. Ball at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, gain of 11 yards there, and that one will clinch this victory for Kimberly, Brett. Good win for the Papermakers.
Well, North still with one timeout, so obviously they'll burn it after this next play, but now you just be secure with the ball, and I'm wondering if they're going to go right under center and not take a chance. That is exactly what Pendleton is going to do, getting that victory formation for the Papermakers, make sure there's no weird stuff happening at the snap. He takes a knee, Pendleton, and North will take its final timeout with 48 seconds to play. If you're a lineman, you know that that's the call. You say, here we go. This is what we want, right? You always hear those linemen saying, yeah, pass blocking is fine, but we want to run block.
Right.
We want to get kind of nasty up front, and they really blew off that snap, blew off the line. And Blake Berry, how about hitting the hole hard and clinching that game?
That's what all those hours in the weight room mean, right? Doing the squats, doing the deadlifts, getting that explosiveness so that you can win at the line of scrimmage when needed.
Second down coming up. Kimberly, all they got to do now is just take a couple more knees, and this one will end. Again, folks, we'll be at Bayport next week. Bayport-De Pere, Fox River Classic Conference North matchup gives us another opportunity to see a couple more teams in the FRCC. Teams around here, they overlap with each other in the playoffs, so it's always good to see what's going on. Live coverage from Bayport High School will kick off at 6:45 p.m. And one more time, 6 months, $1. That's a digital subscription to the Post Crescent and all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites.
Well, Brett, I'm going to head down.
Well, you got to get some final thoughts.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, well, first off, Appleton North, tough loss for them. I know they felt that this was a game that they could win. But you know what? First off, we know they're a playoff team. And two, sooner or later, they're going to run into Kimberly again probably.
I feel like these two teams are going to meet, right?
And they got to feel good. They came here to Kimberly, gave the Papermakers everything they could handle, and turnovers. You can't have turnovers, Brett, especially ones that lead to points for the opposition. For Kimberly, they have won in every way possible I can think of that we've seen them over the years. And this is another close game. They just seem to always make the right play at the right time, Brett, to get that victory. And that's just a winning culture.
As we said at the beginning of this game or earlier in this game, these two teams, they're going to meet again, and they're going to be better as they go forward. That's just how these two programs operate.
Well, they're going to both teams are going to look at the film, and they're going to see things that they can improve on, definitely. Yeah. So, for me, you and I and Rosie, we know we want to see another matchup between these two.
Why not? Let's do it. And who knows? Maybe that's at Titan Stadium, as I mentioned, in a state semifinal. We saw that a few years ago as well. That was a good team. Or a good matchup, but two good teams, a lot of talent on both sides of the ball, up and down weapons offensively. Fantastic game, and appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate these two teams and these two schools, these two programs, always giving us some good entertainment on a Friday night.
All right, Brett and Rosie, have a good one. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, let me run down the scoring, and then we'll call it a night here at Papermaker Stadium. Kimberly scored the first two. Well, a touchdown and a field goal in the first quarter. 48-yard pass from Caden Pendleton to number 11, Owen Polakowski, with 8:27 to play in the opening quarter, made it 7-0 Kimberly. Then a 33-yard field goal by Cam Zeeble with just 8 seconds to go in the first quarter, made it 10-0 Papermakers. A couple of Appleton North touchdowns in the second half, both by Cal Martini. The first, a 20-yard pass from Matthew Scheckelman. That was off the interception by number 52, Ben Isom, made it 10-7 midway through the quarter. And then Martini bouncing off the line of scrimmage and taking it around the left side. 34-yard sprint into the end zone. The kick was good, and with 2:44 to play, made it 14-10, and that's how it ended at the first half. All Kimberly in the third quarter, a 28-yard field goal by Zeeble with 9:51 to go in the third, made it 14-13. North still with the lead. And then the Papermakers took the lead for good. The first touchdown, a 14-yard pass from Pendleton to number 40, the fullback, Isaac Deckent, with 1:29 to go in the third quarter, made it 19-14. And then a 2-yard run with 5:03 to go in the fourth quarter by number 21, Blake Berry, made it 26-14. Appleton North came right back, a 17-yard pass from Scheckelman to number 19, Caden Pope. The PAT was no good with 4:11 to go, made it 26-20. And that's how this game ends tonight. Fantastic high school football game again. With the victory, Kimberly improves to 4-0 on the season. The 4th-ranked Papermakers now 2-0 in the Fox Valley Association. 9th-ranked Appleton North falls to 2-2 on the year, 1-1 in FBA play. Up next for Kimberly, they're home against Appleton East. That's next Friday in a Fox Valley Association matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. As for the Lightning, they'll be home as well against Neenah, which took down Fond du Lac tonight. That will be next Friday in a Fox Valley Association matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. By the way, this victory now, Kimberly's 11th straight against Appleton North, now leads the series 19-10. As for us, as I mentioned before, we'll be at Bayport next Friday as the Pirates host De Pere. It should be a fun Fox River Classic Conference North matchup. Pirates undefeated heading into tonight's action, ranked 7th in Division I in this week's WithSports.net State Coaches Poll. The Redbirds, a contender, as I mentioned also earlier, to win the FRCC North, led by quarterback Gabe Herman. Our live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m., and you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. And if you're still out there and haven't done so, digital subscription to the Post Crescent and all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites, 6 months for $1. postcrescent.com/subscribe. So for Rosie, for Ricardo, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long from Papermaker Stadium, site of a great FBA matchup between two longtime rivals, a game that saw Kimberly earn the victory 26-20. Thanks for watching, everybody.